get nasty on a Thursday. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. 2:03. Your time check brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. No Cardinals game tonight. They open up a new series against the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley tomorrow, and it's going to be another series in which post All-Star break, it's very important. And the Cardinals now, guys, have won 3 consecutive series after coming out of the All-Star break, having dropped 5 straight series. And over that time, they were 5-12 overall. That was the record. There was a Arizona Diamondbacks game in there that was a makeup game that they also lost. But they had dropped 5 straight series. Since that point, they've rattled off 3 straight series wins, which includes the series victories in the Bronx over the Yankees, and then the most recent series, obviously, against the Phillies, in which they dropped the first game. We've seen how resilient this Cardinals team has been this season. They don't have a lot of losing streaks or a lot of long losing streaks. There's been a fair amount of resiliency there. And I know we're not supposed to give this guy any sort of credit, but what's Oli Marmol's role, responsibility, accountability when it comes to the team showing a little grit? I think it's fair to just slice off a small piece of the praise pie and give it to Oli for the fact that this team, once again, has shown some grit and some resiliency.
Well, I think you have to give Oli some flowers here, because all of these young players, what did they know going into this year? What did they know overall?
Not a damn thing.
Not much. They didn't have a lot to reference. They certainly didn't have a clubhouse full of veteran guys. So who do those young guys look to? They look to the coaches. And he is the head coach, the manager. And Oli, well, for the number of years he's been here, he's always talked about the grit. He's talked about all these things. He didn't really have a roster that could exemplify that. But now he got, fresh, unmolded brains of these young guys. And he has made them, a gritty team. They just keep going. They keep scratching and clawing. And that, we talk about culture all the time, identity, whatever you want to call it. Oli Marmol and his staff, and including Chaim Bloom, have basically, they should be praised for how this team plays that way.
Yeah, I think Oli has done, I've always been a fan of him. And I've told you all this for a number of years. Some of the talent or lack thereof over the last few years was partially, probably largely, the reason why this team was struggling. Like, if you don't have the players, you can be the greatest manager, greatest coach, whatever you want to be. But you got to have guys. And I think now they have young guys, but they have young, talented guys. Guys that have, Jordan Walker has turned the corner in his career. Alec Burleson doing it for a second consecutive year, showing that he is that middle of the bat, middle of the order type of bat, and he's done a great job of doing that this year and playing some really good defense as well. Like, whoever they got coaching first base, kudos to you, because Wilson Contreras did a fantastic job. Alec Burleson has made that transition seamlessly as well every single day. Like, you're seeing maturation from these players, and to me, that is what coaching provides. Like, I can tell you what to do, but in the moment when that situation arises, how do you respond? That lets me know you're being coached well. And they're doing a fantastic job. So just kudos to Oli and his staff. I think they've done a really good job, and now the players are giving him, the help that has been needed for us to say, you know what, maybe this guy can manage really well.
So how do we feel about Oli Marmol being possibly in contention for Manager of the Year? Like, I think if the Cardinals make the playoffs, if they squeak in, I think he should get it. If they don't, I think he should at least be in the discussion. Because this team was supposed to be crap.
Right.
Nobody in baseball, Vegas, including Vegas, the odds makers, gave this team no hope whatsoever. And here they are. And you got to look at the manager. As much as, a lot of people don't want to give Oli the credit, you have to.
I think this was the mindset that they started the season with. And I think it's easy early on in the season to continue that mindset. But at this point in the year where things are getting tougher, the dog days of summer, we're approaching that. If not, we're already in it. this is when your team is truly tested. When you lose a few players, some of your key pitchers, you lose those guys at the trade deadline. How does your team respond? I think going back to that initial thought process in spring training has definitely benefited this team. And this is actually one of the bigger storylines for me in this build, is coming up with the right mentality to move forward, because eventually this team, their talent will take over and it'll rise to the top, but they have already built that mentality, and I think that's very important. It absolutely starts with Oli Marmol.
So Oli said something after the game yesterday about Kyle Leahy. He said when you give him the opportunity, this is kind of what you had in mind as far as if this works out, what's possible for Kyle. There's a steadiness to his personality. There's a dedication to the way he prepares, and you combine those things with his. I know he's quiet, and when you guys talk to him, you don't get a ton from him, but this is a super competitive dude. You put all that together, and it's not surprising that he's doing what he's doing right now. If you were to just put a microscope on that quote, but then kind of broaden it to the team, to me, Marmol's quote about Leahy is essentially describing what the organizational formula wants to, what they want it to be. Opportunity plus preparation plus steadiness plus competitiveness. That's what they're looking for. And he's trying to set a tone. And I think that's it's a really important development for a young Cardinals club. And Leahy's not the only player that is showing this, and we'll dedicate some time to talk about Kyle Leahy too. But when it comes to Marmol, I think he's done a really good job of managing the team. We've said this, and apologies for being a broken record about it, but it's not just about creating the lineup and then bullpen decisions. It's about managing the different personalities within a clubhouse. A lot of times most times from different backgrounds, and doing so over the course of 162 games. I thought if there was going to be, we'll say the other shoe dropping situation, I thought it was going to be after they had dropped the 5 straight consecutive series. Then you have the Yankees on deck in New York, following the MLB trade deadline, by the way, and you took 2 of 3 from them. Came home, took 2 of 3 from Colorado, a team you should beat, but again, you weren't playing well, so that series was kind of up in the air. And then you beat a Phillies team that is directly ahead of you after you dropped the game 1. So I think that this has been kind of an impressive rebound again for the Cardinals in a long series of opportunities for them to show a little grit.
I wonder if that game in New York where they went up big and then they surrendered the lead and then they bounced back and won that game, I wonder if that reminded the team, hey guys, like we can do this. We're a good baseball team. Our offense can put runs on the board. I know we're playing at Yankee Stadium, but we can score runs and we can come back in games. That's who we've been all season long. Let's not forget who we are. I wonder if they recaptured who they were in that series.
Maybe.
I don't think they ever, we talked about it all season long. Like, they've lost, the most they've lost is 4 games in a row. Like, that's been their cutoff mark. And they've struggled. Obviously, they had some struggles heading into the All-Star break and then initially coming right out of it. But this team is, 162 games. We talk about that all the time. You're going to have some periods where you are not playing at the level that you need to, consistently. And that's what they went through in that time frame. But for the most part, this entire season, they have been an above 500 team. They have been consistently finding ways to win. The bullpen has had its struggles. The lineup at time has its struggles. The starting rotation here and there, some of the guys have their struggles, but they also have been consistently finding ways to stay in games and keep it interesting. So, yes, they had that lull, but I think that who they are now is who they have been pretty much all season, which is why, I talk about riding the roller coaster and the ups and downs. When you play this many games, you're gonna lose 60, 70 games. Sure. How you lose them matters not, but you're more than likely going to lose 60 to 70 games. So they are in that frame, and I think they've been doing a fantastic job.
I agree. Cardinals, Cubs this weekend, Wrigley Field. We'll see if the Cardinals can take another series. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Apparently, Major League Baseball owners have proposed a $245.3 million salary cap and a $1 $171.2 million payroll floor starting in 2027. There's an interesting note here about the way that teams have spent right now that might be another hole in Major League Baseball's argument that there should be a cap and a floor. We'll get into that next on 101 ESPN.
Well, if you're experiencing any problems with pests around your home, your property, your basement, your garage, even sometimes in your kitchen, you can get those ants and bugs and things like that. Call my friends over at Amco Ranger. They are the best in the business. I've been using them for less than a year now, and I've had the best results ever using Amco Rangers. They have hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google, and they guarantee your satisfaction. So if you're not happy or the results aren't there, they will go back, and they will continue to work as hard as they possibly can in order to make sure that you are completely satisfied with what's going on. Amco Ranger is one of the last remaining local and family-owned pest control businesses in the area. 60 years of family-operated and owned business have taken care of those pests for you. So yeah, if you've got any of those moles, mice, things running around your yard, bees, ants, you name it, Amco Ranger is there for you. They're the only company I will use, the only company that you should use as well. But you do have to give them a call, book an appointment, or get a quote, or just ask them questions. That number, 636-441-2847. Again, that's 636-441-2847. Or you can always visit AmcoRanger.com.
So back in May, Jesse Rogers of ESPN noted that MLB owners proposed a $245.3 million salary cap, and a $171.2 million payroll floor starting in 2027. So, again, that was back in May. But there was a tweet by Jared Carabas, who does a podcast on baseball, and Baseball is Dead is one of the podcasts that he runs. Yeah, kind of dark, but nonetheless. He says, okay, so then what I'm reading here, and this is him reacting to the Jesse Rogers proposal back in May. He goes, okay, so then what I'm reading here is that if the owners agreed on a $171.2 million salary floor, then literally half the league can afford to spend more than what they've spent this year, but just didn't. Which is something that
Jared
has been talking about now for a while.
Jared's a wise man.
This is also something that the players have continued to point out. Okay, if we need a cap, then show us that you're hemorrhaging money, and then we'll figure this out. But of course, the owners don't want to show any of their books.
They're not hemorrhaging money, man.
Right.
By hemorrhaging, you mean pouring in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. It's not pouring out.
And a lot of these owners, which is something, Jamie, you've brought up, a lot of these owners have different companies that are or
yeah, they have different entities. Like the concessions are under one entity,
or villages around the stadium,
or areas around the station. Or the
when you say village, what do you mean?
It takes a village
To raise a child.
Yeah.
Run a baseball team.
Yep.
Yeah, the village.
Stuff like that. They have other interests in which they can monetize and capitalize.
That's not our money. That's the other companies.
Right.
Yeah. You don't mix funds. You don't intermingle funds. That's how you get in trouble.
Different LLCs, right?
Man.
Yeah.
You get in trouble that way.
Keep
But anyways,
it,
the players continue to be, hey, you want us to cap, you want to cap everything. Okay, well then let's open up them books. Let's see what the appropriate cap should be. And this is where MLB owners continue to not have a floor to stand on.
So,
I was going to say, well, just with the salary floor, right? What Jared is saying, literally half of the teams would be spending more money than what they're spending now. On this list, he got Miami at $75 million. Mm-hmm. That's almost $100 million more. You want me to believe that your team does not get better if you add $100 million in salary to your team?
I understand what you're saying. Maybe it's a rhetorical question.
Is that not more
but that doesn't guarantee.
It doesn't guarantee better players.
It just means you're paying lesser players more.
Or
I don't know that.
Or you're overpaying players.
You think they're going to go steal at $175 million?
In Miami?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I would assume you could get some players. I would assume you could get some players with a better contract.
Maybe.
Not all. Like, it's a preference.
They're not going to go from being, a so-so team to the Dodgers.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying your team could be better if you have better players because you paid better players better money.
I don't disagree. That we can kind of go back and forth on that.
Yeah, we don't know who's going to go.
We don't know.
Both are possible.
It's all kind of hearsay, but both are possible. Here's where I go with this. There's currently 6 teams that their payrolls would be above this said salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
If the players hate the salary cap that much, why don't they have an escalation clause in it? Because the revenues of baseball, so this is what the NHL did. This is why the players aren't really complaining a lot about where the cap is now, is the salary cap is based upon league revenues. So the more successful the league is, the owners, the league, all that stuff, the more money they'll give the players. It's a partnership. Now, I hated the salary cap when it first came in because it was so low. Guys got bought out. Guys didn't have jobs. Veteran players weren't getting signed because they couldn't get paid enough, and it was a disaster. But, at $130 million or whatever it's supposed to be in the next couple of years here, guys are getting paid. We're seeing $18 million a year. We're seeing $17 million a year. We're going to see $20 million a year coming up with one of these big stars. Guys are getting paid pretty good, but the salary cap continues to go up. And so the owners are forced then, not forced, they're able or forced, if they want to sign those players, to spend more money. So the players can make more money. It's just hand-in-hand type deal. I don't know if the players would like that. I don't know if that's what they're proposing with this cap, or if it's just going to be a hard cap, and even if we make a ton of money, it's not going anywhere. It's a hard cap. I don't know if that to be true. And somebody else, I was trying to find it on here. Can't find who it was. I'm not going to claim this. But this person on Twitter had a suggestion. Said, okay, put the salary floor in at $171.2 million. Then have your luxury tax, raise that a little bit so that teams can have a little more wiggle room, but then make it times 2 when you go over the salary cap. So it's the punishment way bigger financially for these owners, which some still won't care, but whatever. And then you take the AAV of the player and you plop it into their salary cap, so to say. So like Ohtani making $1 million this year, it's $1 million on the Dodgers payroll as far as their actual payroll they're submitting. Now the deferred money and all that stuff, that's down the road or whatever. But the concept this guy was talking about is whatever your AAV would be for the length of that contract, that goes, boom, on your salary, on the cap, boom, right there. So that now you can't just flood
You're
your
not
team.
kicking the can down the road.
And you're not flooding your team with, he said you could still have the deferred money, but the average of the contract would count against your salary.
That makes sense.
So that, you can't just keep adding all these amazing players and deferring money till, God knows when.
And then figuring out how to pay for it down the road.
Exactly.
But the NHL does something similar where, a certain guy isn't making, let's say his AAV is $4 million. 1 year it could be 5 to 6, and then towards the end,
They average it out.
Exactly. So this isn't a foreign concept by any means.
Yeah.
And it works. I think it works with the NHL.
It's working now. It's taken a while to get there.
You paved the way.
Yeah.
Nice
I told
job,
you guys,
Jamie.
The funniest thing is when the salary cap came in and the floors, they had a minimum, the league minimum got raised. I got a raise.
There you go.
Everyone's pissed off. I'm like, I get a $100,000 raise.
Nice. Congratulations, Jamie.
Yeah, I still was mad though, because when I got older, that's when you're supposed to sign a nice little fluffy deal. Get that veteran guy in there.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, I got a 23-year-old. That costs way less.
Nah.
Okay.
Sorry, Jamie. But you had some good times out in Russia and Siberia and Croatia.
God, those.
Maybe not Croatia.
I did love Switzerland.
No, there you go.
I love Switzerland. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Croatia was just, it was like Gotham City.
That's where your spleen was taken out, right? Was it
Yeah.
your spleen?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they took it out and put it back in?
And they didn't put it back in.
They just zipped you up?
No, they
They
didn't
didn't even
zip me
zip
up.
them up.
Somebody had to zip you up eventually.
No, it was the doctor with a cigarette. He just put his cigarette out. And
Buddy smoking a cigarette in the corner of the room. I'll never forget that vision. No, they shoved me back down when I came out of the anesthesia. They thought I was dead. And when I looked down, I was cut wide open still. So they shoved me down, and then I remember the doctor grabbing my belly with his hand and then stapling it.
Oh, he stapled it. While you were still awake?
Yeah,
Good times, man.
it was fun.
That's how you know you're tough.
Yeah, or insane. I'm not sure.
He probably figured that out a while ago. I don't know if he needed the death,
Death
They
experience.
really wanted to put an exclamation
I'm really
point.
tough.
I'm really
I
tough.
died.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Literally.
Literally.
well, if it wasn't for those 23-year-olds, you wouldn't have all these stories to tell
There you
us.
go.
Yeah, good thing
Been
salary
playing in the
cap was in.
NHL. You know what I mean? Alive
So,
and well.
You're welcome, Jamie.
There you go.
Jayden Daniels has put his foot down with LSU when it comes to his number and his name, image, and likeness. I don't understand it, though. Maybe you guys can help. That's next on 101 ESPN. So if you've owned a home for a while, I'll give you one piece of advice just as a homeowner, but you might already know this. Don't wait until something breaks down in order to take care of it. Now, sometimes you have to, right, because you just don't know. But when it comes to your garage door, I wouldn't just wait until the thing breaks. This time of year, summer means in and out of the house constantly, whether it's the kids coming in and out, obviously summer vacations and road trips, weekend getaways, and your garage is usually where, you open it up, close it down, and if it's not working properly and you come back from one of those road trips, then you're going to be out of your house, and that's not something you want to experience. If your garage door is squeaking, shaking, grinding, moving slower than it used to, pay attention to it. Your garage door shouldn't be talking to you, and those noises can be an early warning sign that something needs attention. That's why I highly recommend going with my friends at Don's Garage Doors. They're right here in St. Louis, technicians that live and work right here in the community. They're all about honest service, quality work, neighbors helping neighbors, and they keep things simple. They show up, do it right, stand behind their work. And right now you can get a complete garage door tune-up for just $29.95. It's a small investment that could help prevent a major repair down the road. It's what I did, and then I started adding some things. I got a new motor, got a new keypad that had the camera on it, app that I can use right from my phone. It has been one of those luxury items that I absolutely love, and it's a safety feature too. If you need a new door, you can also save $500 on a new insulated garage door with Don's Garage Doors with 0 payments for 12 months, plus fast financing approvals and no surprise fees. Give them a call, 866-4-DONS-DOOR, or visit donsgaragedoors.com.
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals are off today, but they'll take on the Cubs tomorrow. Matthew Liberatore on the mound for the Redbirds. Clay Holmes on the other side for the Cubs. First pitch is at 1:20. We will talk with Chris Kerber at 3:15. But we got to dive into this Jayden Daniels situation going on. That's coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by
Saliga.
Heating and cooling. A Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
Fast on 101 ESPN. So Jayden Daniels is hopping mad at LSU right now. An attorney for the Washington Commanders quarterback sent a cease and desist letter to LSU, his alma mater, one of his alma maters, informing the school it must end any continued use of Daniels' name, image, and likeness. The cease and desist letter, which was issued to LSU Vice President and Athletic Director Virgie Osbury on August 5th and obtained by The Athletic, alleges without providing specific instances that the school has used Daniels' NIL past his authorization date. In a statement posted on Instagram, Daniels said, "I have a lot of gratitude for my time at LSU, and I'm proud of what my teammates and I accomplished there. Obviously, there are issues to be worked out between my team and LSU, and my hope is that it will get done privately. My sole personal focus is on Commanders football. I realize the business of football is unique, and I trust this can be resolved." One of the primary issues is after LSU was granted a 180-day grace period after its expiration or termination to use Daniels and NIL, LSU apparently kept using it. One of the issues is that there's a cornerback named DJ Pickett that apparently was promised 5 upon his recruiting visits. He was 3 as a freshman last year, and he's been given the number 5, which is what Jayden Daniels wore. My question is, so what is this alleging, that LSU can't use the number 5? Because that's ridiculous.
No. So Mike Garofalo, NFL Network, I believe, he just posted this. It's the actual legal letter from Jayden Daniels' legal team. And nowhere in the letter does it bring up the number 5.
Okay.
The letter for the cease and desist is them using his name, image, likeness for any promotional reasons, whether it's recruiting, commercials, videos, like all that stuff. Now, that being said, I guess through communication is where they said his number should be retired like Joe Burrow's is.
And Joe Burrow's is not.
It's not?
It's not retired. It just hasn't been issued.
But it hasn't been issued? Okay.
Since 2019, yeah.
So I guess it leads back to that. And because he feels, this is my opinion, based on what I'm seeing and reading, is that Jayden Daniels and his camp feel like he has been slightly disrespected. So now the cease and desist went in there was, if you're not going to do that, well, then you can't use me at all for any of your. Now that's paraphrasing things, reading into it. I read the legal letter. Like, it's all it's murky. But the bottom line, he still sent a legal letter to LSU, basically divorcing them.
Okay.
There you have it.
Yeah.
So
I could see if they're. Go ahead, Kerry.
well, no, the name, image, and likeness. So they will use a picture of him to send to a recruit, a quarterback.
Okay.
Hey, come be the next Heisman Trophy winner, and have a picture of him, Joe Burrow.
That's different.
That's the name, image, and likeness. So I'm assuming that that's what he's referring to is, don't use my name, image, or likeness in any form or fashion. Don't post it. Don't put it in media things that you send out to media members or send out to, potential recruits. Like, I don't want any part of that. And he's well within his right, because he's not being paid for that. And if that's how he feels, then that's fine. That has nothing to do with the number 5. The number 5, him wanting his jersey retired, in my opinion, that's not something that you ask for.
No.
That's something that is given to you, and it is earned. Now, you just mentioned Joe Burrow's number has not been retired either. It hasn't been issued, but it's not retired. Joe Burrow also won a Heisman. He also led the team to a national championship. Like, he did a little bit more than Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels also won a Heisman, but that's not something you add. And if they haven't retired Joe Burrow's number, who has been out of college for, 7 or 8 years now, and you've only been out of college for 2 to 3 years, you probably still are going to have to wait some time. So
you don't have an argument to stand on.
I don't think so. It's it's kind of strange, but to each his own. I can somewhat understand maybe feeling disrespected about the name, image, and likeness portion of it, because again, if you don't have a relationship with them and they're using you for their benefit, then I can understand the frustration with that. But in terms of the jersey and not being retired and being issued to a player that it was promised to, I think that's a bit
As far as the name, image, and likeness, I'm sitting here trying to put myself in Jayden Daniels' shoes for a second. And if they're using his name, image, and likeness in some form where they're making a lot of money on it, I could see at that point, I'd be like, hey, guys, no, we're not doing that. Like, I don't need you to pay me, but you're not going to make millions off of, like, me. Mm-hmm. I'm not there anymore. But if it's just like in promotional stuff or they send it to a recruit and things like that, like, what are we doing? Like, Carey, you're a proud Illini.
Yeah.
Okay? If they, this year in recruiting, they see a running back that reminds them of your time in Illinois, and they send pictures of you, your stats, your NFL picture, maybe a picture of you with your Super Bowl ring, all that, would you really care?
No.
So,
hell yeah.
what are we doing?
Right.
Hell yeah, man.
Right.
Follow that path, brother.
Jayden Daniels, who's making a substantial amount of money, more than we've ever seen, and he cares? Like, what are we doing here? It's just a terrible look.
I think it's just, I can't speak for him because I don't know his mindset, but I would assume that there's a rift or some form of anger or frustration between the two parties, or maybe more so from him to them, that this was a kind of a knee-jerk reaction to that, and feeling like if you're not gonna do this, then don't do that. Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't want to celebrate me, and this is my words, these are my opinions, but if you don't want to celebrate me in this way, then don't celebrate me in that way either. Don't use or utilize my name, image, and likeness to help your team, your program benefit in any way possible. And essentially that's what they are, but we all know that is what's done. Like, your name, if you are the next quarterback at Indiana, I can guarantee you that Fernando Mendoza was on a postcard that was sent to your house. Hey, come be the next one, next Heisman Trophy, the next national championship winner. Like, that's just the part of the business that goes with it. But he's well within his right, because, as he said, there was 180 days, I believe, after his NIL deal ended, that they could use the name, image, and likeness for 180 days, and after that, it was supposed to stop. And now they're saying, well, you didn't stop, you continued, so now stop.
Mm-hmm. It's just all petty to me.
Well, he's getting crushed online, so his public image right now is just taking a beating right now. Like, I really enjoyed watching Jayden Daniels, cool dude. He probably still is a cool dude, but this type of stuff makes him come off as like a diva. In some sort of sense.
Well, it's a distraction, too. The NFL season's about to start. Jayden Daniels looking for a bounce-back year, so are the Commanders. And, like, now all of this is coming out. Now he's got to release an Instagram post, basically acknowledging all this is going on. So if you wanted to do something like this, I guess maybe at the end of the season, throughout the entire offseason, would be easier as far as runway. I don't know. I think it's a distraction.
I listened to, it's crazy because I was watching Michael Irvin. It was an old interview, I think, with Jimmy Fallon.
Retiring the number?
Yeah, he's like, I never want them to retire my number 88. I want every time CeeDee Lamb, if he drops a pass, I'm like, Mike Irvin would have caught that. Mike Irvin, the real 88, would have caught it. And then he said every time CeeDee Lamb makes a play, he's like, that's the number 88. That Mike Irvin did the same thing. Yeah. He's like, so every week they're talking about Michael Irvin as opposed to not seeing that number 88. No, number 88 is a number that has been traditionally passed down from receiver to receiver in Dallas. Yeah. I don't have an issue with that. If you're the best player in that position and you want to wear the same jersey number as a legend, a Hall of Fame player that played before you, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think that is continuing on the legacy of that jersey number.
Yeah.
That might be a better idea than actually retiring the number.
Celebrate it.
Yeah, celebrating.
Well, because here's
some places do that.
Well, here's the irony, right? Like 88 in Dallas, you could celebrate. Here's the irony. Jayden Daniels clearly got, I think he got a little hurt. I think he got in his feelings about this number being given away. Okay? The number doesn't belong to Jayden Daniels, and it doesn't belong to DJ Pickett. The number belongs to LSU. So if you're going beyond it, fine. Then this is where Kerry's argument comes in, and Jayden Daniels, petty or not.
Yeah.
You just got to cease operation. But the number 5 belongs to LSU.
And there's no obligation to retire
On that uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, if I was LSU, I'd have a statement coming out Monday morning. It's the perfect time to do it. Monday morning. They're retiring Joe Burrow's number.
Oh, jeez.
You want to play that game? We're going to celebrate the hell out of Joe Burrow.
Oh, and we've stripped everything Jayden Daniels from the program.
No. You just say, hey, this is the only number, and
Because of Jayden Daniels.
we're going to retire.
You're welcome,
It's
Jayden.
Joe Burrow's number. After that, the university will no longer be retiring numbers.
Petty for petty, I see.
Yep.
All right. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Joshua Báez could be on the horizon for the Cardinals. But maybe not yet. That's next on 101 ESPN. It's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Derek Gould tweeted out that the Cardinals plan to start the series at Wrigley and this road trip overall with the same outfield group that they had, which means Joshua Báez could be on the horizon so in terms of like him coming up, but not immediate at the 45-day mark. A lot of people are excited to see what Joshua Báez can do at the big league level. I get that. But there's obviously a reason, whether it's baseball or contract-wise, that they're going to keep Báez in the minors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to Bernie Miklasz talk about it earlier, and some of the holes that he has in his swing, and he mentioned that, if AAA pitchers have found this out, what do we think that Major League pitchers are going to do?
Zero. No.
Nah, they're going to do the same thing.
That's what we've been talking about.
No, the big league pitchers are worse.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. So
they're better.
If there are things that you struggle at, like in the minors, and not saying you have to be a perfect player because there's always room for growth, but if you're struggling at one specific thing, we saw this. I mean, literally, we watched it for 2 years with Jordan Walker, the slider outside and away. I'm swinging. I don't give a damn what you say. And he was going to swing, and he was going to miss, and he was going to go sit his butt down. Like, swing, miss, go sit down. Like, that was the every single time. And he had to correct it because guess what? What you don't do well, that's where you're going to be attacked at. We talk about it in sports, the eye in the sky doesn't lie. Whatever you put on film, that's who you are. And whatever you're doing in film, when we sit down and watch and scout and evaluate how to attack a player,
That's what the hell we're going to do. We're going to put you in a conflict and make life hard on you until you make an adjustment and adapt to figure out how to fix it. And so if he's not able to fix that at the AAA level right now, it's probably going to be very hard on him. And you don't want a player that you feel like could be your future starting left fielder to start off with really poor confidence because he's struggling at one thing and they're attacking him at it.
I completely agree. We've been saying that for a while now, that everybody, we love to look at the highlights where the home runs and the power, the exit velo and all that stuff, but then you do a deep dive into the lowlights. They don't put those all over the place for some reason. It's weird. You got to go looking for them.
If they're even out there.
He swings at everything. This guy swings at everything.
You can't hit anything if you don't swing at everything.
That's a good point.
But sometimes it's not worth putting a swing on it, Kerry.
Can't put a good pitch on can't put a good swing on a bad pitch.
Yeah. So he's got some learning to do still. And there's also something else in there. BK was talking about it earlier. There's a certain amount of at-bats, plate appearances, that he can't pass that threshold without becoming not a rookie or something like that.
Yeah, for next year.
It's not just the game or the days. So I don't know if Cardinals are manipulating that at all, if that's in consideration. We can assume or not. But if the kid was that good, man, he would be forcing his way onto this roster. And there's no doubt he has the power and the ability to do that. But does he have the power or does he have the ability to show some restraint, too, at times? And I think that's what he's learning right now at the AAA level, which is why he's there. I don't see right now the way the Cardinals are playing and everything's it's good. They're on the rise. Why would you force feed it? I just don't see the need.
Yeah, and to Kerry's point about big league pitchers compared to AAA pitchers are going to miss more often. So he's striking at a high level. He's also hitting a bunch of home runs, but those pitchers are going to miss more often. When you get to the big leagues, it's rare that a starting pitcher, a really good starting pitcher, is going to miss on his location enough throughout the course of a game for you to simply just be a mistake hitter. So Báez can't just do one thing, come on up, so all the fans can kind of get a look at the prized possession. The Cardinals aren't going to do that. These pitchers are too good. They'll expose, Jamie, to your point, they'll expose his weakness. They'll test him early in at-bats to see what he'll chase on.
Yeah, they're not going to give him anything good to hit.
And if he's constantly behind, they're going to bury him with their strikeout pitch. So I don't see why this is a good idea until he cuts down the strikeout rate. Maybe you get toward the end of the season, then you bring him up for a cup of coffee. Because next year, too, the other problem is if he's not, if you don't play baseball next year, there's no minor league season. He's not going to be able to.
Because he's on the 40-man roster.
Exactly.
So that's probably.
So you can't play minors.
So he needs to be. You bring him up, you need to know that he's good enough to play and not have to have.
Right.
And can essentially miss a year of baseball if it goes in that direction.
Correct. So he's on the 40-man roster. Yeah. He cannot play minor league baseball next year if Major League Baseball is a lockout. That's an issue. Marsh?
I just had this inkling, the way that BT talked yesterday. It was very, I don't know what the word is. Cryptic about the whole situation. I do wonder if he's up here within the next week and a half or 2 weeks.
I could see that.
I could see him getting
I think it's totally a possibility.
Mm-hmm. And you just, you see what you have out of him.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you did with Mason Wynn a few years ago. Let him have a cup of coffee. The season isn't supposed to be anything. See how he does.
Right.
I have no issue with that. If he strikes out, well, he strikes out, and he knows what to work on.
Yeah.
At the major league level, I think that's important.
Probably the same thing that he needs to work on at the minor league level, which is pitch recognition
for sure,
and having an understanding about how pitchers are going to attack you. It's the same thing that Jordan Walker went through. It's not like Jordan Walker's talent was, diminished over the last couple of years. That raw ability was there. But at the big league level, when you go to the plate, do you have an understanding of your plate approach? Can you eliminate certain pitches throughout the course of an at-bat because maybe the pitcher doesn't have a feel for it? These are all the inner work, the high baseball IQ stuff that Jordan Walker's just everything's kind of clicked for him. And it took a couple of years. Assuming that Joshua Báez is just going to come up and hammer the baseball like he is in the minors, I think is just kind of naive.
We got a text from Bacon Wrapped Wiener. Play it safe. We had hopes for Gorman. He's gone now. They aren't the same, but a few weeks this year as opposed to just starting next year, not a huge deal. So Bacon Wrapped Wiener doesn't see a problem with Báez just sticking in Memphis.
Assuming there's baseball next year. I have to assume what Bacon Wrap Wiener is saying, that it's assuming that there's baseball next year.
618 says the team is desperate for power. Who is he taking playing time from? A waiver claim and a utility player?
We're not even talking about that.
Yeah.
We're not talking about taking playing time away from anybody. He'd be taking playing time away from himself at the major league level if he can't hang up here. Look at Gorman. He's back down in AAA.
Well, speaking of Gorman, we get one more text from Ian LaPerriere.
Oh, Lappy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the real one, but
you never know.
It could be.
Probably not.
We watched Nolan Gorman strike out for years. What's the difference? You hope Joshua Báez doesn't turn into Nolan Gorman.
Well, that should be your direct reference right there, is you had a guy up here that maybe you shouldn't have had him up here.
We all want to see Báez. We all want to see Báez come up and hey, let's just see what it looks like. We're going to have to trust that whatever the Cardinals are seeing, they understand that it's just not a good time for him and hasn't been a good time for him. I hate to cap it that way, but people act like we don't want to see Báez.
That's cap.
Thank you.
We do.
We do.
At what cost?
But the Cardinals clearly are not seeing what they want to see out of him at the minor league level.
Just bring him up.
All right. Yeah, bring him up. The hell with it.
Hell with all the other
Why
stuff.
do we care?
What do we care?
That's what fans are saying.
It's not our money.
Exactly.
Which non-Big Ten team is a threat to win the national championship? We'll dive into that next on 101 ESPN. Outside of the Big Ten, which teams do you believe could be national title contenders?
Whoa.
So I like what Marsh did here.
Yeah.
He stripped the Big Ten from the conversation because Jamie was probably going to go with a Big Ten team and not talk about anybody else.
Yep.
So, Marsh, I like that you phrased it as, which team outside of the Big Ten do you think can win a national championship?
I'm pissed.
I know you are.
Talk about my Big Ten.
Yep. Sorry, man.
You get it. Jamie gets it.
CD?
Yeah. You want my answer?
Who do you want to put your hat in the ring for?
I was actually looking at this, and I got a couple of teams. Yeah, and I'm not being a hater when I say this.
Oh, boy.
The team that was in the national championship last year, Miami. Now, they lost a couple of players, first-round draft picks in Francis Mayuga and Ruben Bain and Massador. Like, they lost a few guys that played at an elite level, defensive lineman, offensive lineman. Like, that matters. But they also brought in Darian Mensah as a transfer portal quarterback. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks in the transfer portal. He came from Tulane, then he went to Duke. I got to watch him last year at Duke, and he's a really good quarterback. Him and Malachi Toney and Mark Fletcher for the running back that Miami has. Mark Fletcher runs the ball extremely hard. We saw what Malachi Toney did as a true freshman, small, undersized, speed guy, get the ball in his hands like lightning in a bottle. I think that they could potentially run it back and put themselves in a position to be in the national championship again. That would be the one team. And I think the other team, I don't know, like the quarterback situation, I'm uncertain of. I know they speak highly of them, but the other one is Notre Dame. Those are the two teams that I think Miami, because they just did it last year. They had a really successful year, came up a little bit short. And then I would say Notre Dame, a team that wasn't in the college football playoff picture, but I'm sure ready to get into that picture and put themselves in a position to win it.
Well, former Oklahoma defensive lineman Dusty Dvorak, not to be confused with Dalibor Dvorsky, was on ESPN. And CD, he agrees with at least one of the teams you just mentioned.
Give me the Irish. I'm all in on Marcus Freeman's Notre Dame team, and their mantra says it all. Leave no doubt. Because they left out last year, losing the first 2 games. Though they won the final 10, they didn't make the CFP. Everybody's talking about their schedule, and it's very favorable. They've only got 3 teams ranked, 3 teams in the top 20. They go to BYU. Miami comes to South Bend, which will be a monster of a game in November. And SMU in late November, a tough one as well. But I think Notre Dame, the way this team is constructed, both sides of the ball at the line of scrimmage, very, very deep and very, very stout. Another defense that's going to be excellent. And when the game's on the line, I like C.J. Carr. He is a gamer, a baller. I think this team is going to have a ton of success. I think they roll through the regular season, and I think they're in prime position to make a deep run to a national championship this year.
So he agrees with you.
Yeah.
All right. Jamie, you want to go next, or you want me to?
I had Notre Dame circled as well, so we can eliminate that one. I am fascinated to see what Texas is. I ain't buying the hype like I did last year, but I'm also not sitting here saying they couldn't do it. I'm waiting to see with them.
Sure. Well, they certainly have the talent to do so, and you would think that there would be a natural progression for Arch Manning, who last year wasn't a freshman. No. Like he should know Steve Sarkisian's offense very well now. Somebody should know the offense inside and out. They're loaded defensively. They're loaded. They've got skill position guys. So we'll see what Arch Manning can do. Same conference for me, but a team that has not been talked about yet. What CD?
I'm intrigued to see who you say.
Who do you think I'm going to say?
M-I-Z, huh,
Hell no,
Anthony?
he's not saying M-I-Z.
Absolutely.
He's probably saying LSU.
No, sir.
I know who it is.
Go for it.
The team that you were on this team all year last year, and Carey tried to push back.
Was
he
that
tried
right?
to push back. He was right at the end of the season.
Oh.
Texas A&M.
No. I did like Texas A&M last year, though. Yeah.
Totally.
I liked him from like the standpoint of I think they're better than people think, and I thought they were. I thought
They
they're
are,
better
until it counts.
Okay, fair enough. Georgia, give me tried and true.
You're going back to that route, huh?
Tried and true conservative, maybe a little boring. Georgia football.
Go Dogs.
National champions in 21 and 22. Could have won it again, I believe, in 24, but they got upset in the previous round is the year that Michigan won it all. I think a Georgia-Michigan battle would have been fascinating, but Georgia got upset by, I think it was Washington. Michael Penix in Washington. Georgia is that team that will have a top 5 defense, I think. If not top 5, top 10 certainly. Kirby Smart knows what he's doing. They're running. They've got a pair of running backs in Nate Frazier and Chauncey Bowens that are returning. They got a Kentucky running back transfer in Dante Dodwell. They've got
I think he got injured in an ATV accident.
Okay, so two then. So the other 2 are still there. Yeah. The defense returns a ton of talent. I think they've got over 200 plus snaps returning on defense, and a quarterback in Gunnar Stockton, which he's not gonna light you up, but he's very efficient. The problem with Georgia is the same problem that we've seen. They're steady. They'll make the playoffs. They don't make enough big plays. They won't allow them, but they will not make a bunch of big plays. They're not explosive. And in big games like that, you need some explosiveness if you're going to make a deep run. Miami is living proof of it. Miami made big play after big play throughout the playoffs last year, and it kept them alive. I don't know if Georgia has that component to them, but I like them nonetheless. They're going to be in the mix.
Carey just threw out a team, and we talked about this school earlier, but LSU, you have Lane Kiffin's there. Obviously, we know what he can do with an Ole Miss program. Built that up. That team went to the semifinal last year, without him, of course. But he has Sam Leavitt as his quarterback, who was pretty darn good at ASU.
Yeah.
Got injured, had the foot injury. He says he's ready to go. That guy doesn't turn the ball over that much. I wonder what he looks like with Lane Kiffin, what that offense looks like, and if they can be a scary team in the SEC this year.
I think they will be. They get a tough schedule, but they're going to be, the offense is going to click. And their defense could be fun, too. They brought in a bunch of transfers from schools like Ole Miss and Tennessee and Auburn. They're kind of reloaded on that side of the ball. And you know how difficult it is to win in Death Valley, especially on a Saturday night. So they've got kind of the aura, obviously a head coach that, while perhaps insane, has had success.
Football mind.
Yeah, has had success pretty much everywhere he's gone outside of, the quick stop in Tennessee. But I think LSU is going to be interesting.
I think they will be as well. To your Georgia pick, I think I don't want to say the window or the door is closed for Georgia. I feel like Georgia has had so many other issues off of the field. Like they have had a lot of issues with driving. And I think that tends to kind of spill over into what you're doing. I know most times we can separate the football from everything else. It's 3 hours where you literally try to remove all other things out of your life. You're just focused on this. But I do think that can spill over, and I think it has spilled over. They've had some people getting in. Like I said, Dowdle, who was a transfer from Kentucky, I believe he's out for the year or potentially out for the year with an ATV accident. Like I think all of those things can somehow, spill into what you're doing in your facility, in your program. And I think Georgia is at the point where they're kind of past that point of being one of the elite teams in the SEC. Will they still will win 9 to 10 games, I'm sure. Will they make the college football playoffs? Probably, because people think that the SEC reigns supreme, so they'll get in. But I don't know that they have that championship pedigree with them at this level anymore.
Wow.
That's just my take on it. Because I'm looking at the roster. I see, like, normally you could look at a Georgia roster and point out 4 or 5, 6 guys, probably all on defense. They're going to be first-round draft picks. I don't know that you have that right now with them. Maybe they grow into that, but I don't see it right now.
I think you're going to be surprised.
Maybe.
Is there any team outside of the SEC or Big Ten? Of course, not Notre Dame. We talked about them. Do they have a shot? Like a Texas Tech last year.
So like a Texas Tech, but not Texas Tech, obviously.
Exactly. Well, it could be Texas Tech,
but they're in the SEC.
Texas Tech is it
Texas Tech?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of Texas A&M. That's my fault, Marsh. I apologize. My bad. I was thinking of Texas A&M.
You had me going for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. Did they?
When you said Texas Tech, I heard Texas A&M. It was still lodged in my brain. Totally my fault. Brain fart. That's on me. I don't think Texas Tech has everything but the QB, and we know what happened obviously with the quarterback situation there. BYU, I think, is kind of intriguing in the Big 12, not necessarily as a threat to win it all. But I do think they're a bigger threat to Texas Tech in that conference than maybe what people are thinking. Because BYU defensively is good. They have one of the more experienced quarterbacks in Bachmeier. The wide receiver group is not great. But if you have the O-line, you got a good running back, you got an experienced QB and a good defense, that obviously can take you a long way. I think BYU is going to be a bigger threat to Texas Tech than people realize. But Texas Tech is loaded. They just don't have the quarterback. Or the quarterback is the biggest question mark.
Yeah. I don't think that. I think, as crazy as it sounds, I think those teams, playoff teams, potential championship teams, are coming from the Big Ten, the SEC, Notre Dame, and Miami. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that there's another team that you could look at and say, I could find a way for them to kind of sneak in and make some noise, come play. Like, even though Texas Tech made it to the playoffs, I don't think any of us thought Texas Tech had a real chance.
No.
Like, you're looking at it like, yeah, that was a good season you had, brother.
Right.
Yeah, get ready for the offseason.
I don't think break speed off of them in the Orange Bowl.
They did. They did have some elements, though. Like, their defensive line was really good.
It was
stacked. So they had some important elements. It wasn't like, back in the day where you kind of fell in love with the explosive offensive team. You're like, you never know. Mm-hmm. Texas Tech had some elements where you're like, all right, the lines are pretty good. I could see it.
And the linebacker was didn't he win the Buckets Award?
Yes.
He was one of the top linebackers in the league.
I forget his name.
They had some players.
Jacob Rodriguez, is that who we're talking about?
Yes.
I know they had a few guys on that defense that were pretty good.
They didn't have a snowball's chance in hell against Oregon, man.
No, they did not.
And we all knew that coming in.
Yeah.
They didn't score a point.
That sucks, man. It's a tough day for the Red Raiders.
Yeah.
That's for sure. All right, it's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Back to the Cardinals. There is one player. We got Chris Kerber. My bad. Well, no. Back to the Cardinals at 3:30. Chris Kerber next on 101 ESPN.
do you know a hometown hero that can use a helping hand? Like, we all know somebody that's just giving of themselves to other people. Well, Classic Air Care is proud to partner with Lennox for the Field of Love program, giving deserving members of our community a brand new heating and cooling system at no cost. That's right, free. If you know a local hero, a military veteran, a teacher, a first responder, how about someone who's always just putting others first? You've got a good reason, nominate them today. Visit ClassicAirCare.com and help us share the love with someone who truly deserves it. And look, they've been caring for our community since 1926. Classic Air Care has 100 orange vans with penguins on the road, and they'll get to you within 24 hours. They're open 7 days a week with after-hour techs on call. You know you get 5-star service. They will be great to take care of your home, and their Field of Love program shows you how they care for the community. It's Classic Air Care. Go on to ClassicAirCare.com and nominate someone today.
Let's head right to our Callier and Thompson phone line. We're joined by the play-by-play man of your St. Louis Blues right here on your Blues Radio Network, 101 ESPN. It's Chris Kerber. What's up, Kerbs?
Anthony, how are you today?
Trying to stay cool, my friend. It is hot out there. Holy smokes.
Yeah, It is. But as I was telling Marshy, we're going to be in the in hockey rinks, and we're going to be in cold weather, and someone's going to make me travel to Winnipeg. So I'm not going to get rid of the heat just yet. But hey, listen. I know there's not a whole ton going on hockey-wise unless you guys have some burning thoughts, but I was wondering if I could just do a bit of a sports brain dump.
Sure. Go for it.
All right, you ready for this? Every now and then, I just need to purge for my own sports mental health.
All right. We're your therapist today. Go for it.
All right. I do appreciate that. I don't know if you guys have been following this. I've been fascinated by it. That the Little League, the Tulsa National Little League team that played an eligible player to try and get to the Little League World Series.
Yeah.
It's such a disgusting story of cheating and horrific parenting and just bad people that not only are cheating. I mean, I feel bad for like the 13 or 14 kids that were eligible and the parents and every dime that they put into this and what they were building to have one kid, one parent, and the coaches and then the organization screw them over and ruin it for the rest of them. But I also feel bad for every other team that may have gotten knocked out along the way by this cheating team, and really there's nothing you can do about it. But it's a fascinating story, and I've been following it if people want to follow it, and just like, when in the world are we going to finally have enough adults step up, go to the front of the room, and remember it's freaking youth sports and do things right? And this isn't a participation for trophy everyone argument. This is just, holy cow, do it right. And that one just kind of fired me up. All right, now, speaking of doing it right, okay, I was never the fact that I'd sit here thinking I'd be talking WNBA would blow my mind. But, right, like many other people that run that Clayton and Clark had in college at Iowa State and then coming up and then or at Iowa and then coming in and doing what she's doing, right, is pretty awesome. I don't know how the WNBA can't get out of its own way to just let us enjoy just the basketball part of it and take the new fans that are coming in. Like, I'm talking to my daughter saying, hey, you guys want to drive to Indiana and go see this, right? But when the head coach of the team, and for the love of God, could somebody with the Indiana Fever please hire someone that understands communications and PR? Because if the league isn't going to put a commissioner that could actually pull her head out of the you-know-what and actually do things right, maybe we should just hire somebody that actually has a communications background and knows how to manage some things. To have your head coach come out before a game, say things like, I will always lead with grace, with humility, and with love, and yet to finish that same 2.5 statement with the phrase, everyone else can go to hell?
Yeah.
What is going on here? Right?
Not a lot of love there.
And by the way, and I don't know Stephanie White from Adam. I don't know the WNBA enough from Adam, right? All I do know, right, is if you don't like that, then start handling your own junk better. And then that one in this communications thing leads me to our own soccer team here locally, City SC, right? I'm a fan. I go to a bunch of the games. By the way, tough loss last night for the SLU women's soccer team. I was down there watching them play Bama. But it's always a fun game and a great opportunity if somebody wants to go see some great soccer. SLU's got their men and women's program are just fantastic right now, right? I think the men have a game coming up here and they're ranked 4th in the country. But back to City. Guys, we live in St. Louis, Missouri. We're not in London. We're not Luton Town. We're not Wrexham, right? We don't need to run a team as if it is a European culture in the communications process. I'm a season ticket holder. I go down to a bunch of the games. I'm a fan. When your team is in the process of losing what is its best player in what is a window where they're playing, honestly, their best soccer since the first 15 games of their franchise, right? And you're sitting there and not saying anything and not saying anything. I get it. You got to wait for everything to be official from all that. But when you've got people taking pictures of Hartle going away at the airport, there's already the other teams putting out photos of him on the field in Hanover, right? Maybe it's time that the sporting director gets out there and says things and tells us what direction and what in the world is going on here. And it's time to hear more communication. This is not a typical expansion city. This is a city that has one of the richest soccer histories, traditions, knowledge of any city in the United States, right? You're bringing an expansion team the last few years into an extraordinarily knowledgeable city, right? It's time to treat it that way. Tell us what's going on. Let us know what's going on. And it's something that we should be able to go to and find extraordinarily easily, right? And so that's about where I'm at, guys. I feel a lot better. I've been
Hey, Curbs.
I got a few things I could go on to, but that one at least I feel like I could stand up off the old psychiatrist couch at the moment.
Yeah, so to follow up with the City SC thing, for some of our listeners and for us right here in the room, why did they lose that player to Hanover? He was having a really good season for City, and it seemed like he obviously one of their best players. Yeah.
He's our best player.
So how do you lose that guy?
So for those that may not understand as much, like soccer is really kind of unique in this. Like, you know, if you're playing in the NHL, you might get traded to another city, right? And yes, you could be traded to another country if you're traded from the United States to Canada, okay, or vice versa. Same thing with Major League Baseball. You know, pro sports in North America, that's what you're used to. Soccer is really unique in the standpoint of you can sell the contracts of a player and a player to another league in a totally different country, right? I mean, you saw Harry Kane go from Tottenham over to the Bundesliga, right? I mean, it's absolutely wild. For Fulham fans, a few years back, we saw Mitrovic get sold to a team in the Saudi league. It's totally different. And what's also amazing about it, Jamie, is like it's really legalized tampering. If a player says, I'd like to go somewhere, and agent can reach out to that other team without the current team knowing about it and say, you got any interest in my guy? And once they say, yeah, we do, they say, okay, well, we want to start this process. And essentially you can force the hand. And I was talking to the CEO of Fulham a couple years ago, literally the day, just a couple of hours after they, in person in London, at the cottage there in London, and talking to them, that was the day that they sold Mitrovic to the Saudi league. And he was their best player. He was their leading scorer. He was the guy getting things done. And what he told me about how the legalized tampering, like at times he was getting death threats, right? Like the fans, like it's a whole different world. In this case, to me, it's a player that came over, signed a 4-year contract, but wanted to get back home to Germany. And you always, in my opinion, I do believe we have to keep in mind the human aspects of sports. And whatever the personal, like I could understand if he's saying, hey, I want to go back home to Germany. Now, if this move had, say, been to the Premier League or had been to some other league, still far away from home, then you hold on. So where the City fans are upset is they feel that a player like that, the transfer fee that City gets out of this should have been a lot more. I think it's fair to agree with that. But I think we could all agree, too, we probably should have gotten a lot more for Chris Pronger. And unfortunately, when deals are kind of forced, not that one by Pronger when he was traded, that trade, was coming basically from ownership telling Larry Plow they got to move him. It's hard to get the best deal you can. So this one's a little different, Jamie, because it's somewhat personal on the player from what we're learning and what we're reading. But it's a unique world, the soccer world, and how the transfer windows go. And frankly, I still don't understand a lot of it.
Yeah, I certainly don't. It's tough to follow if you're just kind of on the outskirts. If you're following it day by day because it's your favorite team, that might be a little bit different. But the transfer rules and all that stuff, it's crazy. Curbs.
Well, yeah, and that's why City too, Anthony. Like, as much as I hate the fact that they're changing the league, it'll be more of a kind of late fall and then early, spring-based league after next year. Like, that's frustrating because I love going to the games in the summer. But lining the league up with basically all the other leagues around the world will be a huge positive for these teams and trying to keep players, which is good.
Yeah, well said. Curbs, we'll talk to you again next week. Maybe a little more hockey talk, but we certainly like the sports dump today.
Yeah, I appreciate it, fellas. I feel a lot better, and now I can get myself out of the padded room. Thanks for the help.
There you go. Congrats. See you, Curbs.
See you guys.
All right.
Bye.
That's Chris Kerber, voice of the Blues, right here on 101 ESPN, your home of the Blues. It's the Fast Lane. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. We probably, after talking a lot about Jordan Walker, and rightfully so, we probably should be talking about at least one other Cardinals development. A heck of a lot more than we have. We'll tell you who that is next on 101 ESPN. Jamie, I always love talking to our guy Stewie, who's on the line right now. And Stewie, I knew you wanted to talk about purchases today.
That's right, Anthony. Well, first we want to talk about what's going on in the environment. So Friday, the employment numbers came out softer than expected. Companies are not going out and hiring. They're not firing, but they're not hiring. This means that the economy from the employment side is softening. Inflation report yesterday came out, so inflation is kind of in check. We're not going crazy. And today's report, which is another similar inflation report, also showing things in the inflation area kind of calming down. These are all good things for interest rates. But if you're going to buy a house, we still have that promotion going on. It's going to go off at the end of this month where you get 1% lower for the first year. So if you're worried you can't afford the payments, rates are higher than expected, go ahead and take this program, get 1% lower for the first year. Next year, interest rates should be much lower. You can refinance for free with the Bagel loan. Get the house of your dreams at a lower number today.
Anthony, this is why we call it Stewie. Within a minute of time, he's explained a lot of things to us about what's going on with the jobs and lack of jobs being created, and then took us down the road where we can now lock in at 1% below and refinance later using the Bagel loan. That's why we call Stewie. This is why our listeners need to call him. Call him or text him at 314-324-4440.
Again, that number is 314-324-4440.
And if you can't remember anything we just said, you can always
Google the Bagel. Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great one, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Mizzou made, built to win. Founded by 3 University of Missouri alumni and proud partner of the Mizzou Tigers, the Bruning Law Firm delivers for injured clients statewide. See why 1,500 clients gave Bruning 5-star reviews. Are you backed by Bruning?
ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals are off today. However, they'll take on the Chicago Cubs tomorrow. Matthew Liberatore on the mound. First pitch from Wrigley is at 1:20. If you have missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Voice of the Blues Chris Kerber, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our interviews and all of our shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
So Jordan Walker has received a lot of praise, and rightfully so. I mean, he's having a breakout season. He's been outstanding. We've talked a lot about him. Obviously, the home run derby was kind of the peak of his season so far. Hopefully, there's more to come. But Jordan Walker receiving all the attention, he has deserved it. We, I think, have gotten past this point now. It's almost an expiration date on the praise that should be given to Kyle Leahy. He was outstanding in outdueling Zach Wheeler in yesterday's series finale. 9 straight starts for Kyle Leahy, allowing 2 runs or fewer. 9 straight starts, allowing 2 runs or fewer. 1.52 ERA over those 9 starts. Rotation best, 3.38 ERA. 9-4 record. 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 run allowed yesterday against Philadelphia. And perhaps what's the most startling is that he's done all this without receiving much run support. Yesterday was the first time during the 9-start stretch that I just talked about that the offense gave him more than 3 runs of support. So he is doing all this kind of in high leverage situations because his offense hasn't supported him with run production.
Why do you think they don't like him?
I don't know. Seems like a very likable guy.
Yeah, he's done a hell of a job.
This guy has been fantastic for the Cardinals this season.
Yeah, I didn't know how this experiment was going to go. When they started kind of hinting at it last season, certainly the offseason, they were talking about it. I was, I don't know. Coming from the bullpen, it felt like a very
Cardinal
John
thing to do.
Mozeliak move.
Sure.
To where, like, we're not going to go pay anybody or acquire anybody. We're just going to see if we can fix this in-house. And then it blows up. And you're like, oh, boy, that was not great.
Yeah.
But Leahy has been great, man. He has been rock solid. Early in the season, I still was skeptical of the move overall. And I still thought at one point they would move him back to the bullpen. Now, I mean, he's part of your rotation moving forward. I don't mean like for this season, like literally moving forward. Like next year, in my opinion, you've got 3 guys that are solidified right now in the rotation. And it's much easier to build from that point instead of having to revamp your rotation every year and add pieces because you only got 1 guy that can be in your rotation. You're not sure. There's question marks.
Right.
Palante, McGreevy, and Leahy right now are solidified for me in the rotation for next year. Now, what Dobbins and Quinn Matthews, what they do, and if they add in the offseason, if somebody during the offseason and spring training comes up and impresses, like whoever it is, so much easier, though, to go looking for like 2 guys or 3 guys that you want a little competition going there.
Sure.
But Leahy's been fantastic.
I agree. I think he's been outstanding. I think you talked about those 9 starts where the ERA has been. He's only given up 3 runs is the most runs he's given up in those 9 starts. He's done a fantastic job of pitching well and helping this team win games. You talked about the ERA and the record and how well he's performing. I always want more. That's like the coach in me. I want more. 5 innings has kind of been his number. He's had a couple of those where it's 6 innings. He's 6'4", 225 pounds. Like, he's a large fella. Yeah. I need 7 innings. I need 8. Like, give me. I want more. Because I think it does so much for your team. You're 6'5", 225 pounds. Like, that's a horse. Which I'm hoping that this season, after this season, we can start to build on the number of innings pitched per game, which will obviously end up with more innings pitched per year, right? But I think you have the capability. And I think he's showing it incrementally in each start, getting better and better. And I hope that this is kind of the trajectory that he's on, where he earns the trust to go out there for the 7th inning, to maybe complete that. Maybe not this year, but I think the way that he's pitching now, it gives a lasting memory and a lasting image in the coach's minds and Oli's mind and his teammates' minds, and say, okay, I can trust this guy. And going forward, you might see more of that from him, because I think he has it in him.
What do you think the ceiling is for Kyle Leahy? We'll use former Cardinal pitchers in the past. Like, who does he profile to be? You don't think he's a 1 or 2, right? Even though his numbers in the last 9 could suggest, hey, this guy's pretty damn good at pitching.
What if he were a Lance Lynn?
Well, I'd take that.
I think we all would.
Like,
which version?
First version.
The
of Lance.
first Cardinals
I just want to make
version
sure,
of Lance
guys.
Lynn. Lance
it's too
Lynn.
much to ask here.
Lance Lynn, bigger guy, somebody to take the ball every 5 days. Know that you're going to get a quote unquote professional start out of
him pitch.
Yeah. I wouldn't put him in the, hey, this is an ace, this is a number 2, but he could pitch like a number 2. And I think Kyle Leahy has kind of pitched like a number 2 for you.
He's just got to be solid. Like, that's what Andre Palante has, why he's become a favorite. He's just solid. He's not wowing you. He doesn't have the best strikeout stuff.
Yeah, he's not overpowering.
He's not overpowering. It ain't sexy, but he's consistent. He just gives you his best. And Leahy can be much the same. I think McGreevy has maybe a little more upside than both of those guys, but kind of built the same way. Yep. He's not going to wow you with power and stuff either. I think his stuff plays a little better than the other two, but splitting hairs a little bit.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you just want a guy that can keep your team in a ball game. Even if he's given up 3 runs, I'll take that. As long as you're not giving up multiple runs consistently, which we've seen out of Matthew Liberatore. At this point, he is the only guy that I do not trust to keep this team in a ball game, whether it's in the 1st inning or in the 5th inning. I just don't trust him.
Yeah, that's fair. The other 4 guys have been consistent. Now, Dustin May obviously is with the Brewers, but the other guys that have been in this rotation have given you quality starts or starts in which that have kept you in the ball game. And maybe the bullpen blows it later, or maybe they don't get enough offensive production. But I think this starting rotation has been way better than any of us expected.
Correct. Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why they're still in one of the big reasons, quite frankly, along with JJ Wetherholt and Jordan Walker and Alec Burleson, that this team is still in the wild card race. The defense has been excellent, too.
The defense has been very good. Mason Wynn, you talked about the plays he made yesterday. JJ Wetherholt, like those two up the middle, and whether it's Nathan Church or when it was Victor Scott, the defense up the middle has been very good. Yeah. Catcher, maybe not as much. There are some things lacking there, but up the middle has been pretty good. And I think the best part about Mason Wynn is because he covers so much ground, you almost, not that you could put a cone at third base, but you don't have to have a lot of lateral movement because Mason Wynn can get to the ball and get it to where it needs to be to throw a guy out. So I think they are progressing in a very good way. This entire team, the entire roster and the entire team are doing a fantastic job.
I put this on the sheet to maybe talk about it later, but since we're on the topic, might as well plop it in there right now. This rotation for the season has an ERA of 3.94. It's good for 10th in the league. In the entire league, the Cardinals have a top 10 rotation.
It's amazing.
It's way better than what we thought It was. Even this morning, when I woke up this morning, didn't know these numbers, I didn't think it was that good. I was like,
Yeah.
they're 10th in baseball right now. Here's the funny stats behind it. They're at the bottom of the league in first pitch strike rate, 30th. They're 25th in whiff rate, and they're 22nd in Ks per 9, so strikeouts per 9 innings.
Sure.
But here's the other side of it. Here's the weird side. Third in ERA, second in FIP, and first in home runs given up per 9 innings. Like the least amount.
So if you're not, so this is what, just in general, this is what these numbers are telling us, in my opinion. They keep the ball in the yard. They don't get a lot of strikeouts, but they keep the ball in the yard. And when the ball does be put in play, their defense are making outs behind them. And it's kept the ERA low. It's kept the FIP low. They have not needed the high strikeout rates in order to keep in the ball game.
Mm-hmm. Keep the ball in the yard, huh?
Yes.
That's something to do with the Busch Stadium fences.
I was about to say, I bet you these pitchers like Busch Stadium.
They play at Busch Stadium.
No, they do play half the games there.
Whatever, Doc. Whatever, dude. All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Dan Orlovsky put together his NFL quarterbacks rankings, but he did it by trait. So best arm, accuracy, decision-making, ball placement, and more. What do we take from this list? We'll get into it next on 101 ESPN.
My friends over at Urban Chestnut, they just do the best job out there. They really are great at making beers and certainly brewing beers that people love here in St. Louis. And two of my favorites are Zwickel Light. It's a light beer, and if you've ever drank some of the light beers out there, I mean, it feels like you're drinking water. Not the Zwickel Light. Zwickel Light tastes like beer, but you do get the benefits of a light beer. It's only got 95 calories, 3.7 carbs. You can relax at the end of a day and have a nice cold Zwickel Light, or you can have it at a party. We do it all the time over at the Rivers House. It's the unofficial beer of St. Louis hockey, and it should be the official beer of your household, but not to leave it all by itself. Check out Squirrelworks. It's a hazy IPA, delivers bright tropical notes and an easy, juicy finish, 6.6%. And they have it in a 4-pack, or they've got the single cans available. Both of these beers they're awesome. They really are. Try them out. Both of them. You're going to love them. You can find them all over St. Louis, and you can find them also at Dirt Cheap. They've got the Zwickel Light and the Squirrel Works. For more information regarding these beers or any of the events going on over at Urban Chestnut, just visit them at urbanchestnut.com. That's urbanchestnut.com. Prost!
a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. So Dan Orlovsky of ESPN put together his quarterback rankings, but he did it more by trait. In fact, not even more by trait. He did it all by trait. Mm-hmm. So he ranked the top 10 quarterbacks for best arm, accuracy, and more. So the top 10 arm strength. He's got Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Caleb Williams, Matthew Stafford, Patrick Mahomes, Baker, Drake May, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Dak Prescott. I don't think you can nitpick some of these, but I think Orlovsky's kind of straightforward. I mean, if arm strength, you got a bunch of arm strength, then that's going to show out. I think he's got a good arm.
I think he's got a good arm, but do you think he's got a better arm than Baker Mayfield?
Probably, yeah.
Really?
I think so. What about you, Kerry? I think Mahomes does.
It's not accuracy. It's just strength.
It's just strength.
I don't think he has one of the strongest arms. I think he's like pinpoint accurate. I think he does a really good job with that, and that's timing, footwork, getting the ball out quickly. But I wouldn't put him as like in arm strength. I would probably say Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen would be.
Josh Allen's number one. Yeah. Justin Herbert's number 2.
See, I don't think. Have you seen Justin Herbert with the elite arm strength?
Did you see what?
I don't know if he's 2, but he's got a good arm.
Well, Mike McDaniel's all over social media because they had him mic'd up or something for one of these things, and Herbert was slinging it, and he couldn't believe how hard he could throw the ball.
Yeah,
a lot of people poking fun, saying, "Well, yeah, that's because you had Tua before." You know?
This is amazing. It's actually normal. So never seen anything like this. We know.
He thinks it's a bazooka, but he's coming from one of those toy guns that pop just the pop.
Mm-hmm. So I took it with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
but still.
Right. It's interesting nonetheless. Ball placement. He's got Stafford at number 1.
I like that.
Drake May 2, Darnold 3, Burrow 4, Jared Goff 5. He's got mechanics. Matthew Stafford number 1. Burrow, Daniel Jones, Jared Goff, and Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott's got excellent mechanics.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud.
He's got C.J. Stroud at 6.
He may have been drinking a little bit.
Maybe.
Interesting.
Maybe a little bit. I think Lamar Jackson actually has better mechanics than C.J. Stroud.
Don't you find it strange that ball placement, Patrick Mahomes isn't even in the top 10 for him?
That is weird.
I find that weird.
I think because
a
lot of the things that Patrick Mahomes does offensively, you probably wouldn't teach. Like there are some things that he does, and you're like, that's amazing. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
But it's ball placement, not mechanics.
Yeah, but the ball placement is that's a very good point, Jamie. I don't know. I don't know how he's not on this list, but I think that there are things that Patrick Mahomes does that is unorthodox for teaching the quarterback position.
Decision making with the football: Josh Allen 1, Stafford 2, Jordan Love 3, Drake May 4.
I would disagree with Josh Allen.
5. How does Jordan Love get on this list there? He's good, but I don't think decision making 3rd in the NFL.
Like Joe Burrow to me, well, he hangs on to the ball. I mean, you can nitpick anything, but
Joe Burrow to hang on to the ball.
He does more than most.
Josh Allen.
I'm not saying he's got a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's number 1. I think Stafford's probably number 1.
How can you have Josh Allen?
I would have Stafford as number 1. I don't mind Jordan Love either. I think he takes care of the football. I think the system that he runs, they do a good job of, not overexerting him and putting him in positions to turn the ball over. Lamar Jackson is probably going to be lower on that list for me because I do think he takes some chances, and as you said, holding on to the ball is part of that decision making where you're getting sacked often. I would probably put Jalen Hurts higher because he doesn't take major risks. Some people would say that's a problem, but he's taking care of the football. I think Jalen Hurts understands we got a really good defense. As long as I don't turn the ball over and make a dumb decision, even if we have to punt, those guys are going to get us a stop. So I would probably have Jalen Hurts higher on that list as well.
All right, so we could go through all these, but let's just do some bigger overall takeaways. So one of my biggest overall takeaways is that Drake May is becoming a superstar.
That's what I thought too. Look at it; he's on every one. He's like
a superstar.
Yeah,
in the NFL.
I did that for Marsh.
Yeah, he did.
I think Drake May's star
has risen.
They're talking at Patriot camp already that he looks incredible.
Number 2 ball placement, number 7 arm strength, number 1 pocket presence, number 4 decision making, number 4 second reaction ability, number 3 rushing ability. Like Drake May traits wise is off the charts, and you wonder, had Mitchell Trubisky not also played at North Carolina, if Drake May wouldn't have been. Was that the year that Jayden Daniels came out too?
Jayden Daniels. It was
Caleb. Was it Caleb one?
Jayden Daniels, Drake May.
I mean, you probably take it. You probably do the same order: Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, Drake May. But
I remember
wonder,
some people didn't like that pick.
No,
when the Patriots made it.
Well, funny enough, we were talking earlier this week about the Vikings and them getting JJ McCarthy and whatnot. Their initial, and this is no. Like, it's easy to say now. Well, of course they'd want Drake May, but they made a push to trade up to get Drake May, and were ready to make that trade. And New England said, nah, we're not going to do it. We want this guy.
Yeah.
And obviously it worked out for them, and it has not worked out for Minnesota. So
it worked out.
They were targeting Drake May because of what he is right now.
The other takeaway that I had, how old is Matthew Stafford now?
39.
He's 30. Is he?
He's one of them.
He is 38.
Okay.
All right, so he's 38 years old. If he didn't play for the Lions all those years, if he wound up, let's just say he was paired with Sean McVay throughout his career, like some of these other QBs were able to be paired up with, certain head coaches.
Yeah, he'd be Patrick Mahomes.
He'd be Mahomes.
Who's this?
He'd be one of the Matthew Stafford.
Oh yeah.
I think he'd be considered one of the best.
I think he kind of is, though.
I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Okay, from a team standpoint, I think he'd have
in Detroit.
3. That's what I'm saying. I think he'd have 3 or 4.
But he also played in Detroit with one of the greatest receivers to play the game as well.
How's their defense?
Anthony, focus on what I'm talking about. Don't focus on what you want to hear.
That might have been problem. That'd be one of the greatest juke moves. I didn't even know it was called a spinner. That was just a juke. I had CD right in front of me, and all of a sudden he's behind me. Like, what happened there?
Yeah, focus on what I want to talk about.
Yeah. CD, you're not wrong. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Jayden Daniels winds up being. I know these are traits. Jayden Daniels is on a lot of these. I mean, he's kind of got an impressive profile. So I wonder if he doesn't have a bounce back season. Let's say he stays healthy, but he just doesn't have that rebound season. I wonder if we start talking about him in a different light. Maybe not, because the rookie year was so good.
Yeah, the rookie year was really good. I think the injuries really took hold of him last year. He broke his arm at one point. Like it was a rough season. Like a lot of things that could go wrong did go wrong for him last year in terms of health. I think this is a bounce back year for him. I don't know where that puts him in terms of quarterback ratings and how well the team is going to be, how good the team is going to be. But I think he's going to have a solid bounce back year from all those injuries he had last year.
Just based on these rankings, just last observation here, I feel like people think that Patrick Mahomes is somehow in decline.
That's the craziest thing I've heard.
I think some people are just kind of getting way ahead of themselves because we just want to we want to be done with the Chiefs, right? Everybody wants to be done with the team that wins all the time, and they're just so eager to move on. He's 5th in arm strength, 9th in decision making, 3rd in second reaction, and 7th in rushing. Where would he be 3 years ago on this list?
First.
So it seems like he's kind of like an interesting decline candidate. Yet I don't feel that way, and I feel like he's about to tear up the league again.
Where was Jalen Hurts on the arm strength?
Jalen Hurts.
He wasn't on there, I don't think.
Let's see here. He's not.
He's not. Just something that I found. Jalen Hurts, out of all of the true starting quarterbacks, led all of those true starting quarterbacks in ADOT, which is average depth of target. And right behind him is Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love. So I don't know if that's something.
He does. He throws a lot of 50-50 balls. He does not mind taking the deep shot. So that one doesn't surprise me. All right, Jamie saved our bacon yesterday in the Gauntlet. So now we have a new Gauntlet contestant coming up, and we'll play round 1. But boy, we are in a funk, boys. Jamie, nice work, but we're in a funk. Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
Anthony, we got our guy Stewie on the line again, and right in the nick of time. I was asked the other night about refinancing from somebody at a local establishment. I'm not the guy for that.
What?
So I know, sounds crazy. But Stewie, what have you got for us when it comes to refinancing? What should our listeners be looking for?
Well, Jamie, we talked recently about the fact that the inflation numbers are dropping, employment is softening. These are all good reasons for the Federal Reserve not to raise rates and may even in the near future lower those rates. That's causing a little bit of a dip in the market. This is an opportunity. If you're looking to potentially lower your rate, take some cash out, you're going to get the best rate that we've seen in a long period of time today. Take advantage now. If rates go down later even more, you can always refinance for free with the bagel loan. But this dip may not last. If we have Middle East flares going back up, other things, other reports come out, it can bounce right back up. So take the opportunity while the window's open.
And by take the opportunity, what Stewie is really telling you is, hey, have a little urgency. You can call him or text him on his personal cell phone. Same number that Jamie and I have called Stewie on numerous times. We're going to give it to you right now. It's 314-324-4440.
Again, 314-324-4440.
Call him. Text him. Day, night, Stewie's around. He'll help you. If it's not a refi situation, it could be a purchase situation. He can help you with all of that. And if you miss the number, Jamie,
you can always Google the bagel loan.
Thanks, Stewie.
Have a great day, guys.
NMLS number 226715.
Warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
402, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. We welcome Matthew into the program. What's up, Matthew?
Hey, guys. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, we're doing great. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks for listening. It's round 1, so everybody's available to you. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in round 1?
I think I'm going to take Jamie.
Oh,
Jamie Rivers. Okay, Jamie
right,
coming off
Matthew.
the save. He's feeling pretty good. Did you predict that, Carey? Sometimes we like to guess
I wrote his name down.
who's going to be selected.
Oh.
And you put down Jamie's, huh?
Jamie.
All right,
Back
good
luck,
stuff.
Matthew.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so, Matthew, go ahead and tell Andrew Marsh to spin that wheel.
Spin that wheel, Marcy.
Is there a category you're hoping for?
Well, against Jamie, anything but hockey, I guess.
Anything but. All right, let's see if the... No, really? I can tell by Marsh's face. It's hockey, isn't it? Jeez. Okay, well, Wheel decided to be a scumbag today. Sorry, Matthew. It's hockey.
Of course.
So, you know what, though? As we discussed yesterday, Jamie has lost before in hockey. It has happened before.
Well,
It's been a while.
yeah. Here's hoping here's his second here.
Okay. All right, Matthew, you're going to get 4 hockey-related questions. Each one is worth 2 points, unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions become worth 1 point. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, hang with me. This is a long question. In the 1999-2000 season, a Blues defenseman was awarded the Hart Memorial Trophy and named the MVP of the regular season. The Blues captain made history as the first defenseman to win MVP since Bobby Orr in 1972. Name this player.
Ooh. Options, please.
Jeff Finley, Todd Reardon, or Chris Pronger?
I'm going to go Reardon, final answer.
Question number 2. The longest consecutive Stanley Cup winning streak in NHL history is 5 championships achieved by the Montreal Canadiens from 1956 to 1960. But can you tell us the team that won 4 championships in a row from 1980 to 1983?
I'm going to go Detroit Red Wings, final answer.
Question number 3. Before relocating to Denver to become the Colorado Avalanche in 1995, what Canadian city did the team used to play in?
Matthew, do you want the options? Is that what we're...
Yes. Options, please.
Your options are St. John's, Quebec City, or Halifax.
Halifax, final answer.
All right, final question. Matthew, name the Boston Bruins player that famously scored the 1970 Stanley Cup winning overtime goal against the St. Louis Blues that resulted in an iconic photo of him flying through the air.
Options, please.
Bobby Orr, John McKenzie, or Johnny Busk?
John McKenzie, final answer.
All right. Let's bring back Jamie from the Conus Islands. Matthew, how you feeling?
Not good, especially with it being hockey.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see what Jamie's got here today. Make his way back in from the Conus Islands. Jamie, how's Mike Ryder doing?
He's good. He's taking care of some things for me. I mentioned the slight issue we're having here about not being able to hear properly, and he's gonna. Mike's on it, man.
He's always on it.
He's on it.
He's incredible.
He's on one.
All right, Jamie.
Yeah.
Hockey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Pack a lunch, brother.
Okay.
Question 1. In the 1999-2000 season, a Blues defenseman was awarded the Hart Memorial Trophy and named the MVP of the regular season. The Blues captain made history as the first defenseman to win MVP since Bobby Orr in 1972. Name this player.
That would be Chris Pronger. Final answer.
Off to a rough
Question
start.
number 2. The longest consecutive Stanley Cup winning streak in NHL history is 5 championships achieved by the Montreal Canadiens from 1956 to 1960. But can you tell us the team that won 4 championships in a row from 1980 to 1983?
The New York Islanders. Final answer. Anthony loves that one.
Jamie Rivers of the New York Islanders.
Question number 3. Before relocating to Denver to become the Colorado Avalanche in 1995, what Canadian city did the team used to play in?
I was drafted in this city. It was Quebec City. Final answer.
Name the Boston Bruins player that famously scored the 1970 Stanley Cup winning overtime goals against the St. Louis Blues.
Robert Orr, better known as Bobby Orr. Final answer.
All right.
You don't sound very sure about your answers.
No, you don't. Not one bit. Okay. Matthew versus Jamie. Let's go right down the list here.
You want to go down the list, or you sure?
I think that's probably the one.
Oh,
do you want to go reverse?
Hey, let's go down the list.
Okay. In the 1999-2000 season, a Blues defenseman was awarded the Hart Memorial Trophy and named the MVP of the regular season. The Blues captain made history as the first defenseman to win MVP since Bobby Orr in 1972. Name this player. Jamie went with Chris Pronger. Matthew went with Todd Reardon. Correct answer is
Chris Pronger.
the longest consecutive Stanley Cup winning streak in NHL history is 5 championships achieved by the Montreal Canadiens from 1956 to 1960. But can you tell us the team that won 4 championships in a row from 1980 to 1983? Jamie, without the options, went with the New York Islanders. Matthew, without the options, went with the Detroit Red Wings. Correct answer is?
It is the New York Islanders.
Jamie up 4-0. Before relocating to Denver to become the Colorado Avalanche in 1995, what Canadian city did the team used to play in? Matthew went with Halifax. Jamie went with Quebec City. Correct answer is?
The city he played in, Quebec City. Of course he knew.
6-0.
So the Shea Dagobert is there. Not 1, not 2, but 3 levels of enjoyment.
Name the Boston Bruins player that famously scored the 1970 Stanley Cup winning overtime goal against St. Louis Blues that resulted in an iconic photo of him flying through the air. Jamie went with Bobby Orr. Matthew went with John McKenzie. Correct answer is?
Bobby Orr!
Matthew.
You have chosen poorly.
You lose.
Matthew, I'm sorry, man. You didn't want hockey. You said anything but hockey, and that wheel just took you behind the woodshed today. I'm sorry.
I think Jamie had something to do with that, too.
Nah, he's a jerk.
Well, thanks for having me. Picked everything wrong, including going against Jamie.
It happens. It happens.
You didn't know. So.
Well, still appreciate the opportunity and love listening to you guys.
Thanks, man. Thanks for listening, and thank you for playing. We hope you try again, man. We really do.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, take care, buddy.
Thank you. Bye.
Come on, man.
Come on, dude.
Before the gauntlet started, Marshy looked over me and said something. I was like, what the hell are you saying? And he wrote it down. He said, James gonna get a snowman. Like, he saw the questions, he knew, and I hadn't looked at the questions, and I looked at them and I was like, oh yeah, he said.
I wrote down Jamie will get 8.
Did you guys know these? I'm sure Marshy did.
I knew Bobby Orr, of course. I knew Quebec City, and I knew the Islander. Well, yeah. Yes.
He's the hockey god. Of course he knows.
Well,
what do you mean?
No, he's the hockey guy.
He's the hockey god.
That's you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just a guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just a guy. You're immortal. You're the god. All right, Jamie, nice work.
Good job, man. Jesus. What are you doing?
Thank you.
Yeah, beat the hell out of that man. That man's a loyal listener.
I thought he...
That man listens.
Nice guy,
and very
dude.
nice guy. You proud of yourself?
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah, the wheel kind of screwed him, too.
The wheel did screw him. I mean, these were right. Why she said it? He's a guy. This is 8. He knew it.
I thought you were joking for a couple of those questions.
Sometimes it makes you pause for a second, like, wait, did I hear that?
But I thought you guys were messing. Like, sometimes,
Medic in the Snake Pit goes, that was uncomfortable to listen to. Hey, we have your chance to win a pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship happening next week, August 18th through the 23rd at Belle Reef Country Club. The passes include access to the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra. See the top PGA players in the world compete while enjoying the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra. Find your shot to score a pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship at Belle Reef Country Club right now at 101ESPN.com or your 101 mobile app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We've got an MLB.com article in which the writer puts together 3 keys for the Cardinals in the second half. Which of the 3 keys can truly come to fruition for the Cardinals? We'll tell you next on 101 ESPN.
Well, there's so many betting apps out there on the market right now, but I can truly say that my favorite is Circa Sports. Not only because I know the owner of Circa Sports, Derek Stevens, but they do a fantastic job of making it really, really easy for you to navigate. And they've got great customer service. If you have any problems at all, you talk to a human being, not a bot or a chat or anything like that. No, you have somebody you can actually call and talk to. First things first, though, let's get you downloading that app. Get to the App Store, Punch in Circus Sports. Click on the white logo. That is for the state of Missouri. And then away you go. A couple of plays I like tonight. I like the Rangers on the money line at minus 147. I like the Twins on the money line at minus 104. And, of course, I like the Dodgers money line minus 140. 3-leg parlay. You can find it right on the Circus Sports app. They've got player props as well available for you. The best odds of any app that is out there. They got high betting limits, and there's really no reason for you not to download the Circus Sports app and get going today. It is truly sports betting the way it should be. So you can find all that information and more over at circusports.com. Remember to check out circusports.com. Must be 21 and older and a Missouri gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So there was an article done by MLB.com, Josh Jacobs, on the 3 keys for Cardinals in their push for postseason berth. I'll read you guys the 3 keys. You guys tell me which ones you think could come to fruition, or the ones that you think are most likely to come to fruition. Sound good?
Sure.
All right. Core 4 must lead offense. As he writes, all season the Cardinals' results have seemingly been tied to the production of the top 4 hitters in their lineup, they being JJ Wetherholt, Ivan Herrera, Alec Burleson, and Jordan Walker. When that quartet is productive, the Cardinals find ways to win, and lately they've been catching fire again. While both Walker and Wetherholt have struggled to hit for power over the last 2 weeks, the duo is getting on base at a high clip, while Walker's finding ways to drive in runs with singles and doubles in the outfield grass. Herrera and Burleson, on the other hand, have been literally powering the offense with their 17 combined extra hits over the last 14 games. Do you guys think that this is a key that could come to fruition in the second half here? Or down the stretch, I'll say.
Yes. I'm going to say yes. I think that is a possibility.
I do too.
Those 4 guys been playing really good baseball. I know JJ has had some struggles here and there. He had the one good series, and then he's kind of struggled a little bit, but still believe in these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yes.
I do too. I think given the fact that those are the 4 guys that have carried your offense before, they've had their dips. Jordan Walker right now has kind of gone through a little bit of a power dip, but I think the power is still there. I think those 4 pieces of the offense. I mean, let's phrase it another way. If it's not those 4, then they're screwed.
Then who?
Yeah,
because you don't have the bottom of the lineup has been an issue all season.
That's why you got to call it Báez.
Yeah,
sure.
We called them up earlier. The fast lane did, not the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, good point.
Mm-hmm. All right, consistency from the bullpen is another key. The subject of a lot of criticism this year, Josh writes, the Cardinals' bullpen has been a lot better as of late. Since the trade deadline, the bullpen has a 3.81 ERA, significantly better than its season mark of 4.32. Cardinals' rotation has been about as good as you can ask for all season, ranking 10th in starter ERA and just outside in the top 10 in innings pitched. When manager Oli Marmol goes to the bullpen, it's typically after a starter is given a chance giving the team a chance to win the game, so it becomes very demoralizing when the bullpen cannot hold a lead. All right. Carey, talk to us about that bullpen that you love.
Oh, God, no. That's not going to come to fruition.
Oh, man. So you don't think that they can just simply continue to do what they've been doing in the bullpen?
For 2 weeks?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I will say, I mean, when Stanek came in and got out of the bases loaded jam, that was pretty impressive. Riley O'Brien, he said it, not me.
But impressive.
Mm-hmm. Riley O'Brien still doing what he does when he gets an opportunity to get the save. But you still got a couple of guys in that bullpen that I think are not in the circle of trust, which is problematic. And JoJo Romero is no longer here. You got Soriano, you got Riley O'Brien that you trust. I think Graceffo is kind of teetering on the circle in or out.
Justin Brule's been really good.
Justin Brule, but then you've also seen times where he hasn't been good.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
I think that is the consistency part from the bullpen is probably the part where I would say no.
Okay.
What say you? You want to believe that you got that text? I want to
believe.
You got that text, didn't you?
No. They know not to text me.
Okay.
I do want to believe. I want to believe that the pen is starting to round into shape a little bit. Like it's not going to be great, but can you just simply hold leads? Can you do that more times than not?
That sounded bad.
I know, but
they've
been. I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah,
they've been good the last 2 weeks.
Like, we might be direct sometimes. That right there was so indirect that it was worse.
I'm trying, Jamie. Trying to believe.
Yeah, try harder.
Okay.
You got to believe it.
I do.
You believe that they're going to be consistent enough to get them wins?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this for a second. At some point...
He didn't even look at me when he said that. He just kept facing forward. Like when your child lies to you and you know they're lying to you and they just don't even look you in your eyes.
Is this move? Yeah, Dad.
How the hell aren't you looking at me? I don't know.
And it's like this. It's like, yeah, man.
My dog does that. It's like you'll steal something from the table or something, and you're like, hey. And he's like, straightforward, you're talking to me. Ears are moving, but he ain't looking at you. And then it'll be like a little side eye and pick back again. Like, you're guilty as hell. I can tell.
Nala would never do that.
This isn't Nala. This is Bunsen, the puppy.
Yeah, Bunsen would do it, not Nala.
Bunsen, yeah. No.
Nala would never do something.
Nala's got too much anxiety. She'd be too worried about getting caught. No, I'm going to get caught. That's right. We call her Anxiety Andy.
Oh, poor dog. All right, last one is take care of business against the NL Central. 17 of the Cardinals' final 41 games will come against NL Central opponents, meaning that if they excel against their rivals, there's a good chance St. Louis ends up with a shot at making the postseason. Of those matchups, 14 are slated against the Reds, Cubs, and Pirates. The Cardinals are 15-10 against the trio this season. Conversely, they are 2-8 against Milwaukee this year with one series to go. All of this begins this weekend with 3 games at Wrigley Field. Whenever the Cardinals and Cubs face off, it tends to be an action-packed series, and late-season contests at Wrigley have been known to change the trajectory of either club in a given season. While the Cubs' postseason chances seem pretty secure right now, the Cardinals have the chance to make up ground in their own race to October. Meanwhile, the Cubs will try to knock them further out of the postseason picture. I think this is something that could also come to fruition, especially given the Reds and the Pirates. I mean, if you have really good series against the Pirates earlier this year in Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, there's division rivals, so it's not like you're going to win every game. But I think they can continue to win series against these teams. What about you guys? Feel good?
Jamie?
Yeah, I mean, they've just been doing it all year, so I don't see it changing. I think that's going to be a very tight race for that last wild card spot. I think the Cardinals will be in the conversation, and I think that's what you want as an organization, is for your young team during this build, as they're calling it, to be playing meaningful games right when the season comes to an end. Does that mean playoff games or getting into the playoffs? Not sure, but hopefully they're meaningful games, meaning the Cardinals are right there.
Well, I think we'll have an answer here in the next 7 games. You got a stretch of Cubs, Reds on the road. They lost 3 or 4 the last time they played the Cubs. That was not great. So if you have aspirations, in sports, you always talk about winning your division first. Obviously, the division is probably well out of reach. You're not going to be able to attain that, but still competing well in your division versus the teams you play and know the best, I think that's important. If they can come out of this stretch, these 7 games, or is that 8 games, huh? Yeah, 8 games, sorry. They got 5 against Cincinnati. Yeah, 5-3, 6-2.
I mean, take that.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Yep. Very good.
Absolutely take that. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Why don't we do a couple of 6-packs next? 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So if you have any questions for us, send it there. We'll answer them next in part 1 of the Sports 6-pack here in the Fastlane.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Cardinals are off today. They'll take on the Chicago Cubs tomorrow. First pitch is at 1:20. Matthew Liberatore will toe the rubber, and he'll face off against Clay Holmes. Coming up next, we have our Sports Six-Pack. So send us questions to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We will answer those questions next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six-Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So you got any questions for us, send it there. And Carey, Jamie, Marsh, myself will answer them. Marsh, question one.
Question number one.
All right, from Grant Francis Fan Club, what do you envision Theo Lindstein becoming? Would it be a success if he became the next Carl Gunnarsson?
No. I love Gunny, but...
Boom Gunnarsson?
Yeah, Carl Gunnarsson never had near the ability that Theo Lindstein has. I think that if he only turns into Carl Gunnarsson, it's probably a solid NHL career, but not the difference maker that the Blues thought they were drafting. I honestly think that he needs to be at least a version of what Philip Broberg is. Like, that's really what he needs to be. He's an offensive defenseman, so he's got a little more offensive upside than Broberg does, but he's a good skater, moves the puck well, can run a power play. Like, all those things, Carl Gunnarsson was never a power play guy. So, yeah, I would say you want him to strive to be more like Philip Broberg than Carl Gunnarsson.
Question number two.
Tim's offshore bookie wants to know, I was thinking about yesterday's MVP conversation, and I'm wondering if Yordan Alvarez gets the Triple Crown and wins an MVP this year, does that make him an automatic Hall of Famer?
Oh, boy.
Automatic Hall of Famer, Triple Crown, MVP. I don't know if those two things in and of itself do. But if you look at the entire body of work where... He's got, let's see, how many years now? 4-time All-Star, World Series champ, won a Rookie of the Year, won the ALCS MVP, Silver Slugger Award. I mean, when it's all said and done.
Yeah, he's on the track. He's on the track. He's only 8 years in as well. How old is he? He's 29?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot, especially as a DH, he's got at least
baseball left
6 seasons left, barring injury. Probably more.
Yeah.
So he's on that path as it is. If he wins the Triple Crown and MVP, he'll be. I mean, he would. Well, I'd put it this way: he'd have to have just a disastrous
fall off.
Yeah. Second half of his career is just filled with injuries or poor production for Yordan Alvarez not to be a Hall of Famer.
Question number three.
From the 636, from your experiences, do players who get traded look at who they got traded for or have it in the back of their minds to try and outplay them? Basically, do they measure themselves up against who they got traded for?
Yeah. And who got drafted before them. Like, that's a... That is, and I took that personally. Yeah, that's the mindset.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yeah, all those guys that got drafted that I had to watch them guys get drafted, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And so, yeah, I had a mindset. I want to have a better career than every one of those guys.
Yeah, for me, it wasn't so much the players. For me, it was the organization that I just left. I want to stick it where the sun don't shine on them. I want to go play really well. I wanted the team to win. I wasn't ever really concerned about who I got traded. Sometimes, you get traded for someone who's not even the same position as you. So it's kind of, I don't know. I never looked at it that way. But for me, it was always about the team that traded me away. I was like, okay, we're going to try and show you something. That was the chip on the shoulder.
I mean, I think having that motivation is good. I saw that with Michael Jordan. Even if you have to make it up.
Pretty much.
Sometimes you do.
You have to make it up. You'll be all good. All right, question 4.
Question number 4.
All right, so BK brought this up the other day after Hunter Dobbins threw that ball away. He was not charged with an earned run, and he was in the camp of, well, I think a pitcher should be charged with an earned run because he was the one who made the error. We get a question from the 913. Should a run scored because of a pitcher's error be considered an earned run? What is your opinion on the matter?
Run that back to me again.
So a pitcher who commits an error, it will not go down as an earned run. If the shortstop,
but if the pitcher makes,
the pitcher makes the error, should that be counted towards his ERA?
Yes. Because baseball's so fair from another perspective, right? Or from other perspectives. Let's take the sac fly, for example. You have a runner at third base, and you sacrifice yourself by hitting the ball, into the outfield deep enough for that run to score. You get credited with an RBI, and you do not get penalized. Your batting average does not get penalized for making the out. So if we're going to be fair in that regard, I think this is another instance where you could say, if the pitcher made the error and a run scored on it, then yes, that should impact his ERA.
He did it.
It's his fault.
Yeah, yeah.
And he should be punished harshly
with the ERA.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay. Sounded like you meant more like physically punished.
No.
That's up to his teammates.
Probably the manager.
Well, manager, teammates, the team, by and large.
I don't think he has to be punished in that way. I think the earned run is enough punishment.
Okay.
Yeah, but you want to make sure it doesn't happen again.
You guys sound. I don't know if I want to play for your team. Hell, man, I can't even make a mistake.
Jamie and I are just trying to hold players accountable.
It depends on how you make that mistake. We'll determine.
Depending on your determination.
Correct.
Hell no. Hell no, man. I'm good. I just watch your team, watch your players.
Watch us win.
Not with that attitude.
We'll just start getting rid of players.
Let's see how that works out for you.
Depends on who the players are. Go ahead.
Question number 5.
From the 314, what is your favorite sports memory? It can be when you were playing, watching, or coaching. This is for all of us.
I've told this story before, but it's one of my favorite memories is scoring game-winning goal while playing for Team Canada in the World Junior Championships in a sold-out building in Calgary, Alberta. It was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome moment.
I won't go sports like my own career. For me, one of my favorite
Why not? Do a couple.
Nah.
We got time.
Win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Yes, it is.
I would say so.
Well, thing. For me, though, taking my father before he passed away, he was a huge Cardinals fan. So I took him to spring training one year, and we got to go down there and watch the games and just hang out. Like it was really cool, a really cool moment for him. We were planning on doing it because his twin brother, also a huge Cardinal fan who lives in San Diego. We're gonna try to start making it a guys trip just for our fathers and my uncle. So, but unfortunately he passed away. But that was one of the greatest memories for me, just hanging out with him they were down there for about 4 or 5 days, just enjoying some Cardinal baseball and watching some young players play, and it was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I'd also say when the Winter Classic was here in St. Louis, we had the alumni game against the Blackhawks. Well, Ashton and Braden, my boys, got to come down and help and be like locker room attendants. So it was kind of cool looking over. Like they knew Hully, and so they were over there talking to Hully, and then like my one son is talking to Wayne Gretzky like about hockey and sticks, and then Wayne hands him his stick, and Ashton tapes his stick for him. Like that was a pretty cool moment to see them like interacting with all of these former Blues legends. And just treating it very like Hey, Wayne, how you doing? They were not really, like the moment wasn't too big for them, but looking back now when they talk about it, they're like, oh my God, I forgot
what
about
did we
that.
get to do?
Yeah, and then they see pictures of them down with all the guys and whatnot, and then they're right beside the bench at Busch Stadium, like looking to help out and stuff. And so that was a really cool sports moment. It wasn't like a real game or anything, but just the whole thing was really cool.
That's neat. Marsh?
Geez, mine's probably in the same line as Carey's. Before my dad passed away, the Blues had won the Stanley Cup. We got tickets for him to go to Game 3 of the Stanley Cup Final. That was really cool, even though the team, I mean, they were awful in that game. But they obviously won the Stanley Cup, and he had cancer, and he couldn't remember stuff. So he had no clue. I went over there to hang out with him, and he had no idea that the Blues won the Stanley Cup. I mean, this is like weeks after they had won. And so we watched the game. We had it recorded. Oh, wow. I think I've told this story before on air, but we watched the game again together. And it was kind of cool because, well, one, I already knew what happened. So to watch.
You didn't have to sweat. You had to sweat it out.
I had to sweat it out.
No, but you're watching his emotions.
I'm watching his emotions and his reaction. And then once they won the cup, and there's that iconic moment of Pietrangelo lifting up the cup, I look over and he's crying because he had waited all his life to watch the Blues win a Stanley Cup. So that was a really cool moment for me. That will definitely stick in my mind. I mean, it was just us hanging out on the couch. I've gone to really cool games. I've played sports my whole life, but that moment sticks out for sure.
That's awesome.
Any sports moments for you playing?
Playing wise?
Yeah, your favorite?
Oh, yeah, it's probably winning the Pee Wee Quebec tournament. Yeah, it's got to be that. It's the highlight of my career.
World's largest tournament.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's awesome. Watching. Tim Virgin of Casey just walked by in the hallway, and we have soundproof windows and doors. And he coughed so loud and shouted something so loud we heard it even though we have our earbuds in.
His voice can carry. He can get it up there.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, word.
Tim Virgin, everybody. Casey, walking by. My favorite moment in terms of watching sports, and Marsh, you weren't a fan at this point, so this is not any sort of me taking a jab. But the 1998 NFC Championship game in Minnesota is the Dirty Birds Falcons, and they were like a 14.5 or 15-point underdog.
Well deserved.
They were not supposed to win. No. That Minnesota team was an absolute juggernaut. Minnesota was 15-1, I think, that year.
Really good football.
Randall Cunningham, Robert Smith, Randy Moss as a rookie, Chris Carter, John Randall on defense. I mean, they had an absolute stacked team, and it was Pam Oliver of Fox who infamously went up to Denny Green before the game and asked him, when are you guys headed to Miami? The Super Bowl was in Miami that year. So she was asking him, when do you guys take off for the Super Bowl? And this was before the game. And Denny Green was professional about it. He goes, well, if we win, we'll go whenever. And the Falcons beat them. And they were 14-2. They were a legit team too, but it was just they were overshadowed by the Vikings. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the biggest upsets in playoff history. Morton Anderson kicked the game winner. It was Gary Anderson, who had not missed a field goal all season, who missed a field goal late in the game that would have put the Vikings up by 10. And he missed, and Chris Chandler and the Falcons went all the way down the field, tied it up, went to OT, and the Falcons won it in overtime. Like that, I remember I was a junior in high school, watching that game from my parents' house. Like that was the highlight moment of my sports fandom. Mm-hmm. So that was that. And then probably the fumble in DeKalb was one of my favorite moments. No.
Can't forget about that one. That wasn't a favorite moment?
No. I think I shared this.
Coach's fault.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was.
It's definitely my fault.
Back there?
Yeah, why were you on the field?
They didn't know if they were going to go for it, so kept the defense on the field. I don't know. They did tell me to get the hell away from the ball.
Yeah. Poor execution then.
was definitely poor execution.
Ball curved right into you.
It bounced right there.
It bounced right to me.
Yeah.
I scooped that thing up like a shortstop, man. There was zero issue taking that football off the turf.
You were ready to go.
I was ready to go.
Yeah, as you should be.
And so was the DeKalb Barbs, because they were all over me.
Barbs?
The Barbs.
A weird name.
Short for barbed wire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Feisty group there.
Not really.
Okay.
This month, okay. Sounds good. We ran through our sports six-pack. Kind of embarrassing, guys.
That is shameful.
That was the most efficient we've ever done that. But that's all right. How quickly can John Harbaugh change the New York Giants for good? We're getting a culture and all that next on 101 ESPN. Auto Centers Nissan, they got some terrific deals going on right now, and they've got a wide selection. You hear me talk about it all the time because one of the best selections, if not the best selection, of used vehicles, whether you're looking at SUVs, trucks, cars, they got it all at Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum. But they've got over 1,000 new and used vehicles there, one location right off I-55, just minutes from South County. So when you walk the dealership, rest assured that you're going to find your next new ride, whether it's a brand new Nissan, and they've got great pricing on select new Nissans that are available with 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, every new Nissan comes with their 30-day return promise, which is if you're not completely satisfied with the vehicle, you can bring it back within those 30 days, and they'll refund your money. Select new and used vehicles also qualify for no money down and no payments for up to 6 months. But when you start online at autocentersnissan.com and you choose your vehicle and you open the vehicle page, look for the green Claim My Buyer's Bonus button. Because once you click that button, you can unlock up to an additional $1,000 off the sales price. So many ways to save, many ways to finance, many cars and trucks and SUVs at your disposal at Auto Centers Nissan in Herculaneum. Tell them Stalter sent you. Auto Centers Nissan, Herculaneum. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. How quickly can John Harbaugh change the New York Giants? Well, Patrick Ricard and Peter Schrager, first take, talked about the Giants wanting to be bullies.
When Harbaugh was recruiting me to come up here, he told me that he's building a bully in New York, and I think that's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to be the bullies in this area, and if you come to MetLife Stadium, you're going to get bullied, and that's exactly what we want to be. We want to out physical teams. We want to play harder than anybody else, and we just want to dominate every game we play.
Think about a country club or somewhere really fancy, a nice 5-star hotel resort, and take the exact opposite of that, and that is what Harbaugh is trying to make training camp for the Giants. They are building calluses by making it tough and hard.
Okay, so do we think it actually works, though? Do you think that culture? I realize having
overnight,
but having a mentality is good, right? Having a mindset, setting that mindset, culture. We talk about the importance of it. So for us to just poo-poo on it right now, I think would be a little hypocritical. But do we see that being able to take the Giants from what they have been, which haven't been very good, to a physical, tough football team, mentally and physically?
Again, the change isn't going to be instant. But if you don't start somewhere, your team will never get to that spot where you want to be. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Harbaugh is running it very old school right now with the Giants, and you hear the players, he was buying in. And I guarantee other guys are buying in, especially guys that have been there for a number of years. Mm-hmm. You've kind of been kicked around quite a bit.
Yeah.
So now you have a very reputable head coach, and you have a good situation that hopefully you're trending in the right direction as a team. I think you get buy-in from the players, and I think you'll see a different Giants team this year. And it'll take a year or two, maybe 3, to get to where you really want to be as a franchise. And a lot of that will also depend on, how good Jackson Dart is and the rest of the guys on the offensive side of the ball. They got to get that going, and your defense obviously has to play tough and mean. If you don't start talking about it and start emulating it, you can't be that team if you don't start somewhere. So I like the fact that he's got the team and other people in the sports world talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea. I don't know that you can. I don't know how you build that culture or that mindset with the way that the CBA rules are implemented now. You don't have as many practices. You definitely don't have as many padded practices. For me, being tough, being physical is not just showing up on Sunday and doing a job. Like, you have to, like you said, build the calluses. Like, you have to go through some of those fires and really forge yourselves to be a physical team. And I think it's much harder to do now because of the limitations in practice. And to me, a physical, violent team is one that runs the football well and plays really good defense. If that's your calling card, then yeah, sign me up. But if you think that Jackson Dart is supposed to throw for, 4,500 yards and Malik Neighbors is supposed, like, that to me is not a physical team. Like, they're going to have to run the football effectively. We'll see what Cam Scatterboo is looking like after that gruesome leg injury that he had, if he's able to rebound. Tyrone Tracy ran the ball pretty well for them as well, but you got to be a downhill, I'm going to move a man against his will, and we're going to physically bully you. It's not just the word. So if they're capable of doing it, we'll see. But I think it's harder to get it done now because of how practices are set up in the NFL.
There is one team that I feel as though the head coach was hired and he starts talking about being a tough team and all this, and we're all like, oh, okay. And then he actually implemented it, and it's your guy in Detroit. It's Dan Campbell. We all said, okay, he wants to bite kneecaps and all this. Like, he was out
crazy the first day.
But when he got to camp, he really leaned on the guys, saying, look, just trust me. There's a bigger plan in place here.
Yep.
He had them in pads a lot more than they thought they were going to be, and he did instill kind of a tough attitude. And then he backed it up whenever a player like Amon-Ra St. Brown, they were getting their rear ends kicked in Baltimore one year. And he highlighted Amon-Ra St. Brown blocking in the fourth quarter, and he just had it on film. Like, yep, you're gonna feel my wrath. You're gonna feel my wrath. You're gonna win this game. But Amon-Ra St. Brown was just physical until the final whistle. So he had those guys believing. He had those guys executing. That did help. We'll see. There's a flip side of the coin here where you get Mike McDaniel and he gets to Miami, and they're not physical. He doesn't really hold any player accountable. And then year 5, year 4, whatever it was, he tries to be the hard ass. It doesn't work. So I think if you're gonna do it, you're gonna have to do it initially up front, like Harbaugh's trying to do. We'll see if he can execute the game plan.
You'll also find out a lot about your roster too.
Yeah.
So if they're not as physical in certain areas as they should be, like he's taking notes of that. And if he wants a physical team that bullies other teams off the field, he gonna get rid of the guys who don't want to be physical.
Very true.
And that, to my first comment, doesn't happen overnight because of contracts and situations. It may have to be a trade, may have to be releasing somebody. That takes time. And it takes time to also find the guys around the league or out of college through the draft or undrafted players that want to come in and that want to be that junkyard dog at all cost.
Yeah. That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. We've got the biggest question of the day next.
If you're looking to get some exterior work done to your home, or if there's a storm that has come through and you're not sure about what your roof looks like or what the siding's got going, or your gutters are messed up, it's pretty easy. Call my friends over at Conrad Restoration Services. They're the best in the business, I can tell you that right now. Matt Conrad, the owner of the company, he's been doing all of this for over 25 years. And if there's anything on your home on the exterior that needs to be looked at, please trust my guy, Matt. He's got your best interest at hand, and he's got a great bunch of people working for him as well. The sales team is made up of former roofers. Why is that important? Because they know what real roof damage is, and they're going to get up on that roof and they're going to be able to tell whether it's just something they can repair, or maybe you do need a full brand new roof. They're not going to mess around, and they're local here. That's important as well. They're not an out-of-town company with a sales team that just comes in and floods your neighborhood with salespeople, and then once they're gone, they're gone. So if there's a problem, you can't call anybody to do anything about it. No, Matt Conrad and Conrad Restoration Services, they do it the right way, and they do an incredible job. And they should be your first phone call whenever you have any damage, or if you're just looking to fix things up. So schedule your free roof inspection today by calling Conrad Restoration Service at 314-805-8557. Again, that's Conrad Restoration Services, 314-805-8557, or you can visit them at conradrestorationservices.com.
Fastlane's biggest question of the day. Presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. You okay, Jamie?
Yeah, we're good. Carey's good.
He had a question.
Yeah, I had a question for my friend Carey.
I'm sure it's great.
He was asking, was that what you said before the mics came on, similar to the circle game that Marshall plays with his friends?
No, it's different. It's way different.
Oh, okay. The circle game, where you guys throw
you and all your buddies
throw the things at each other while you're in the circle.
You throw darts at each other's crotches.
No, it's
the lawn darts.
Feet.
Oh, feet.
There's
my
a
bad.
beer can
while your legs are open.
Feet.
My bad.
Good luck with that.
So you throw the beer can at their crotch?
No, it's on the ground already.
So you throw the dart at the beer can.
Oh, the beer can's on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's amazing. It actually amazes me that you've never heard of this game.
I know I haven't.
I've
heard of lawn darts.
I've never heard of any of that. Sounds dangerous, man.
I've heard of a game similar, but the rules are a little different.
Okay.
Way different.
I can't help you.
Way different.
So if we've been completely wrong about this Cardinals rotation, Jamie had the numbers earlier. Rotation has a 3.94 ERA on the year. Good for 10th best in Major League Baseball. That is for the entire year, not just recently.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
How much better do they truly need to be? Can you imagine if Libby's numbers weren't as bad as they are?
What?
30th in first pitch strike rate and 25th in whiff rate. We know they don't strike out a ton, and the numbers back that up. 22nd in strikeouts per 9. Still, third in ERA, second in FIP, first in home runs per 9. And you're right, Jamie. This is all with Matthew Liberatore not pitching that well.
Correct.
At least not pitching anywhere sort of with a good consistency.
Well, it certainly inflates the ERA.
Dustin May, though, his performance obviously tied into these numbers, too.
Yeah, but the bad version and the good version, I guess.
Yeah,
but
very good version.
If he didn't have those massive failures at the start of the season, and then Libby just pitched a little bit better, I mean, Cardinals could be up even higher. And I didn't, like I said to you guys earlier, when I woke up this morning, if you'd have asked me, where do you think the Cardinals rotation ranks in the league? I said, 18, maybe 20th. Yeah. They're not terrible, but, found to their top 10. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe I've been wrong. Am I looking at this wrong? Because we keep talking about the rotation has been an area of weakness all year. Weakness. We got to get that rotation. We got to get a number one, number two. Well, it might still be weak at some points, but to be top 10 in the league is pretty damn good.
Yeah, I certainly didn't see that coming at all. This team has done a great job. Now, I do think that we need to talk about run prevention overall, because run prevention for the Cardinals has led to what we're seeing with the ERA, what we've seen with the fielding independent percentage. They've got it. They've got a rock solid defense. Hasn't always been great. There's been times. I mean, there have been times where the defense. I mean, in Arizona, that was a disaster at times. Earlier, last month. But the run prevention as a whole,
Jamie
has been great, and it's one of the biggest reasons why you're still in the wild card race. And I think. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I think the starting rotation, minus Matthew Liberatore, who has kind of those blow-up games, has been pretty good. Even when Hunter Dobbins has gotten an opportunity. We saw Dustin May and how well he was pitching. He had some rough outings, but overall he was pitching pretty well. And Palante and McGreevy and Leahy have been consistent, if nothing else. So the start, I don't know if it surprises me that much. Maybe top 10 is a bit surprising, but I don't know if it surprises me that much. I think the issue has been the bullpen. Like we from night to night, when you're turning that ball over, you don't know which pitcher, who's coming out of the bullpen, but you don't know which version of that pitcher is going to show up.
Right.
Like, is the good Swanson? Okay, maybe not. Is the good Stanek? We had him? Okay, maybe not. Yeah. And so I think that can become frustrating because that the ability is there. Like, you've seen guys have success. Ryan Stanek had a great outing the last time he was out there, but it's the inconsistency of knowing how they're going to pitch from day to day. I don't have many complaints about the starting rotation. The complaint I have is, you pitch deeper in the innings.
into games. Give me a deeper, go 7 innings, and I would feel better. I would feel much better about the bullpen because I think that takes stress off of those guys, so you don't have to trot a few of them out there that you may not trust as much. So, but I do think that the starting rotation has done a really, really good job this year. Really solid job for a group of guys that you would consider 3s, 4s, and 5s. But I think they've done a really good job.
If the Cardinals were to make the playoffs and they were in that 3-game series, which that's exactly what they would be in.
Yeah.
I'm assuming McGreevy, Palante, and Leahy are your 3 guys that you're going to. How do you think they would fare?
Is that the order?
I was about to ask you. I think one of the other interesting questions is what's the order?
I guess it would depend on how the season ended because you're probably making a push.
Let's say everybody's available.
And it ended today.
Wow. Ooh, I think I go.
Say it. Just me. Say it.
I don't think there's.
I go Kyle Leahy to start game 1.
I don't think there's any doubt.
And Andre Palante to start game 2, and then deciding game 3. I feel real comfortable having McGreevy on the mound.
I don't hate it. Now, on paper, it's not going to match up with. It's most likely not going to match up with some of the teams that you're going to have to face.
Zach Wheeler and Sanchez.
Well, they beat the brakes off of those 2 gas bags, didn't they?
Well, they wouldn't be playing those guys, right? They'd be taking on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck, brother. Hey, they've been stinking, though, right, Ant?
They have.
Yeah. Prime time to take them down right now.
I don't think Dion's available. He's coaching college football.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's probably busy.
He's played baseball, but it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. He's had foot problems and things like that. So. Yeah. Anyway, so I think Kyle Leahy's number 1.
This version of Kyle Leahy, last 9 starts, you rattled off those numbers earlier.
Do you want me to get you want those numbers again?
Please.
So, hang on.
No, you hang on.
While you look for the numbers.
I got them right here.
But hear me out.
Just take a second, though. Let him get his thought out.
Yeah.
While you're looking for the numbers.
Yeah, just
okay. I'll keep
slow
searching.
Down. Okay, just slow down.
All right.
Pretend you're me using a computer.
Oh,
okay. All right, fair.
Take your time, Anthony.
Yeah, hey, Kerry. How's your email?
I ain't seen it in a few weeks.
Mine, buddy. All right. So, Leahy, though, he out of the 3 guys, McGreevy, Palante, and Leahy, he goes the fewest innings per start. We really want to get to the bullpen quickly in game 1? Really?
You're talking about the postseason.
I am.
Yeah.
We really want to get to the bullpen?
Postseason, these starters are pulled early and often.
But
so I don't think that, for me, it's not a big deal.
I'm trying to keep the bullpen right there in the bullpen. And McGreevy and Palante give you more per start than Leahy, which it might be by design because he hasn't pitched as a starter before. But I'm just saying, for game 1.
Yeah, I don't think you get it. I don't think you understand what's going on here. I think what
He's
we're trying
going to the bullpen regardless. He doesn't give it out.
What we're trying to do.
What? Yeah, you're right. Go to the bullpen, Anthony. It's been bang on all year.
I think what we're trying to do.
You know what? I would love to manage against you. Okay.
Oh, the old Tony La Russa, Brad Thompson, huh?
Yeah.
I think what we're trying to do, Kerry, Marsh,
Kerry,
me.
Are you letting him speak for you?
No, I think he's in this instance.
We're trying to win.
Okay, well,
he wants to win.
Now
we care about winning.
Whoa, you are now at risk as well.
Okay. Of what?
Okay, if you team up with that guy,
what am I at risk?
You're in the other jersey now. Okay,
hey, I found the numbers.
Oh, did you?
I found the numbers.
Let me see.
Took you long enough.
9 straight starts for Kyle Leahy, allowing 2 runs or fewer. 1.52 ERA over those 9 starts. A rotation best 3.38 ERA. And the Cardinals in those starts are 9-4.
Look at that.
5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 run against Philadelphia.
Great. And the other night they were talking about Kyle Leahy, how wins and losses, you don't really look at that, but he doesn't have very many wins because the damn bullpen screws him over every time. So
9-4
you know
record.
what? I can't wait to be 1-0 in the series against you, Stalter. And
fun.
you, Davis.
Who are you managing? The Dodgers?
Right. You proud of yourself? Huh?
Okay,
Who you throwing out there game 1? Tarek Skubal? Blake Snell?
Me? Ohtani.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Just for you.
Yeah, just been saving them all second half.
I mean, apparently.
We're resting him.
Yeah. All right. So we all agree Kyle Leahy, number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
I'll say aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Jamie?
Oh, no, just start Ryan Stanek. Why don't you?
Who are you starting then?
I don't know.
Who are you starting?
McGreevy. He's going to start McGreevy.
Probably McGreevy.
Yeah, he's going McGreevy.
I mean, I feel pretty good about all three of those guys.
Yeah.
Man, see,
I don't think they would be the ones that would cost you.
Oh no!
Who's going to cost you?
The bullpen.
Somebody in the bullpen.
And what would make you say that?
Or the offense could just get shut down.
What proof do you have of that, Anthony?
This season.
Oh, okay.
Overall.
All right, so let's Kyle Leahy starts game 1.
Thank you.
Gives you 5 innings. Who's the first person out of the bullpen? The matchups don't matter. Who do you trust?
I mean, who's the guy that
How
gives
are
the
you
game
getting to Riley O'Brien?
Probably
what
throw
3 pitchers?
You got to have a lead first.
This is my hypothetical scenario, and it's already
Kyle Leahy gets the lowest run
We're
support.
up 3-1
as well.
Do I want runners on or no?
I would assume you don't.
Okay.
What 3 pitchers are you getting?
Because if I want runners on, I'm throwing that Caleb Ferguson any day.
Oh, come on, man.
If I don't.
Caleb, keep working on your game, brother.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get better. Next outing, I hope he shoves and looks right at the camera and says, "That's for you, Stalter."
And I'd say, thank you, finally.
You're like, okay,
Walk
not
the
do
house.
it again.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
I don't know. It depends on the situation. Probably Soriano.
In the 6th inning?
Sure.
Who you going to 7th?
I got to get there first.
He just gave you the scenario, man.
That's the easiest way to not give you an
What is he
answer.
doing?
Okay,
What's
fine.
the score? What's the temperature?
Soriano,
3-1.
Rule,
Where are we? What
Stanek,
ballpark?
and O'Brien.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for playing along.
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, I got it.
You know, it's
Glad
about
you could-
matchups.
No, I said matchups don't matter.
Okay, then I gave it to you.
What
does a
guys
batting
do you
order
trust?
look like?
Oh, yeah.
Then I gave it to you. Hard.
You keep that to yourself, brother.
All right, Carey?
Thank you.
You wanted it. I gave it to you.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Our NFL season preview continues with the AFC least. Next on 101 ESPN.
Time to go around the NFL with a Fast Lane season preview of the AFC East.
Yesterday we did the NFC West. Today, the AFC East, which is really a two-team race, in my opinion. I'm sure you guys also agree.
Correct.
Dolphins and Jets probably going to battle it out for first and second in that division. What do you think, boys?
Yeah.
He's quarterback for the Dolphins.
Say first and second?
Yeah, that's what you
meant. Dead last. Yeah.
Come on, man.
All right, biggest strengths and weaknesses of each team. Why don't we start with the Patriots, who won the division last year? Carey.
I think the addition of A.J. Brown and obviously the battles that him and Christian Gonzalez are having. Christian Gonzalez, I don't think he got paid yet. Going to be highest paid corner in football. I think that addition is going to really help the New England Patriots. I loved what they did in the running game. I love Travion Henderson a lot and what he was capable of doing both in the running game and the receiving game, and obviously Ramondre Stevenson, we did a really good job there as well. The question is going to be how do they respond to playing the schedule that they're playing this year? Mm-hmm. They played an easier schedule last year, and it worked well for them. They got an opportunity to make it to the playoffs and made it to the Super Bowl, came up a little bit short against the Seattle Seahawks. But I think that they have a lot of the pieces, and I love the addition of A.J. Brown. I think that's going to help a lot.
Jamie, you got any weaknesses, strengths for your
strengths? To me, it's going to be
firstborn.
It's going to be the connection between Drake May and A.J. Brown. I think they're going to, the running game's going to be a nice little help as well. Mike Vrabel, I love the way he coaches. I think he's a strength as well for that team. He's focused on football.
He's locked in, man.
He seems locked in now.
You better be.
I guess.
What did you make of the Patriots offensive line? I felt like in that Super Bowl they were exposed.
Yeah, Seattle's defensive front can certainly do that to you.
Defensive unit is pretty damn stout.
Yeah, and they have one of the best defensive minds in football in Mike McDonald, their head coach. But no, certainly the Patriots offensive line was not good. I think that their biggest strength is Drake May. I think Drake May proved last year that he can pretty much do it all. I thought he had a sensational season. Well, the biggest question will be whether or not they can survive that schedule. The expectations are high. Mm-hmm. They played a softer schedule last year, including the playoffs, and they did what they were supposed to do. They're a really good team that won the games they were supposed to. I also think that they're probably a year ahead of where they should be in their progress. But adding A.J. Brown gives Drake May another weapon, and I think they'll be good this year. But I do not think they're going to be better than Buffalo. So strength and weaknesses of Buffalo. Strengths, they got Josh Allen. Weakness, pretty much the entire damn team outside of James Cook.
I think one of the weaknesses is going to be how new head coach, former offensive coordinator Joe Brady adapts to that new role. Like, it's one thing to be calling plays and now, solely focused on the offense. How does he make that transition? Is he still partially a play caller? I see they hired Pete Carmichael Jr. to be the OC, but is that just in name? Is Joe Brady still going to handle those responsibilities? If so, how do you adapt to being in control of the entire game and running and managing all of it? Special teams, defense, offense, obviously. How do you do that in the first year as a head coach? I think that's going to be vital for the success of the Buffalo Bills this year.
They're and I was really joking about like the Josh Allen and nothing. Their offensive line is one of the best in football. Their offensive line is excellent. And James Cook does a nice job of obviously given the element of a balanced offense. And I don't really care who their wide receivers are. When you have a quarterback in Josh Allen that's so big and they can make plays that are off script, I don't think it really matters. He has won by not he doesn't need. He's one of those quarterbacks that doesn't need a prototypical number one wide receiver. Does it help? Sure. But the way that he spreads the ball around, I think having smaller wide receivers like Shakir, who understands kind of how to beat zone coverage, I think he's perfect for Josh Allen. They got a couple of big tight ends in Knox and in, who's the other guy?
Kincaid.
Thank you. Dalton Kincaid. That are excellent too. And Josh Allen brings a lot to the table when it comes to the running game. I do not like their front seven. I think that's a weakness. And I think their secondary is probably above average, but the front seven, I think, is going to cause some issues.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued about what this defense looks like because Sean McDermott was a defensive head coach.
Mm-hmm.
That is not the case anymore. So that's one thing I'm looking at this season for Buffalo.
Mm-hmm. Any other thoughts on the Bills?
They should win the division.
I agree.
Yeah. I know Ed Oliver got hurt late in the year last year. I think he was missing some time in the playoffs. He's a really good defensive tackle that gets into the backfield, makes some plays, causes havoc. I'm not too down on their front seven. I think some of the issues have been in the back end the last few years, and Tre'Davious White was older and injured, and they had some issues at safety as well. I think they actually might be okay in the front seven. But this is Josh Allen. Like, be the MVP caliber player that you are. Lead your team down and put points on the board, and don't turn the ball over, and you'll have a chance to be the best team in the division, in my opinion.
All right, the Jets. Start with strengths. How about that?
Yeah.
They're the Jets. They're an NFL team.
Oh, no, I don't think.
City.
No, I said strength.
Big city.
Big city.
Big city, big crowds.
No, I mean the football team, and they don't even play in New York.
No, but they live over there.
Yeah, well,
no, they can't.
Actually, so I can't really live in Jersey.
All right, fine. You know what I
Breece
like?
Hall.
I do like Breece Hall.
I like Breece Hall. I also like their young position pass catchers. They got Omar Cooper in the draft. They got Kenyon Sadiq in the draft. If those two guys can make an immediate impact, obviously with Garrett Wilson still there and Breece Hall there, I think the position players probably pretty good.
You're not concerned about the quarterback?
I think the quarterback situation is one of the worst in football. Bottom 5.
Yeah. Gino said he's going to take him to the promised land.
He's a franchise quarterback.
I hope the Jets win the division. I mean that, too.
Want to put a little wager on it?
Hell no, man. I like money. I like my own money. The hell would I bet on that?
I was just wondering. You seem pretty confident.
No, I said I would like for them to.
Hey, you kind of said it with your chest out, too. So I was like, okay.
Just got a big
See how much he
chest.
likes it.
Yeah.
Jets' biggest weakness is their ability to catch the ball on defense, turn the ball over.
0 interceptions.
0 interceptions.
0.0 interceptions.
Thanks.
Which is surprising based on who their head coach is.
Aaron
Defensive
Glenn and a cornerback nonetheless.
Yeah.
One of the better nickel backs
But he can catch.
That's a group
in NFL history.
from Canada. Right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the biggest weakness, quarterback, but there's not a ton else either. I mean, their front seven's below average. Their secondary's below average. Their offensive line's below average. Just not a good football team, guys. All right, round things up with the Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, they got
You want to start with the weaknesses? I agree. They went from having one of the best wide receiver cores in football to the absolute worst. They lose Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
They traded Jaylen Waddle. The Dolphins receivers right now are rookies Caleb Douglas and Chris Bell. Like they're going for upside.
I still like Devon Achane. I think he's electric. Like, he's the guy that get the ball in his hand. But the question you have to be balanced on offense.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not able to pass the ball, we'll see what Malik Willis does. I think he resurrected his career, obviously. Like, did a fantastic job when he got the opportunity. And now he's going to be the starting quarterback in Miami. Got paid a lot of money to go do so. If he can stretch the field, if he can take care of the football, maybe surprise some people, they might be better than you think, because I think Devon Achane he's a Swiss Army knife out of the backfield. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's a nightmare. He's of those that team that had so much team speed when Jaylen Waddle was there and Tyreek Hill and him. Like, that was 3 guys that could just flat out run. He still has that ability, which causes havoc on defenses trying to manage and game plan for him.
I think we got the question in the Sports Six Pack not too long ago about which teams could have the number 1 overall pick. I'll take the Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah. I think their defense is going to be horrible. I think the offensive line is going to cause.
The worst team in football?
I think they could be.
Miami?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're terrible. I do. And I like Malik Willis.
Going to be terrible.
I think they're going to be terrible.
I'm looking at some of the teams.
Offensive line's dreadful. Their front seven is dreadful. The offensive line?
No, the worst team.
Oh, yeah. Then Las Vegas?
Is that going to be the worst team in the NFL this year?
The Dolphins? I think they could be.
Be interesting. I'm going to be watching.
They're going to have a top 5 pick next year.
Top 5 I can see, for sure.
All right. They're going to have a top 3 pick next year.
Oh, wow. He just upped it.
Okay.
All right, so we're there. Cool. We should do a podcast together.
We should. We should call it, I don't know, Gridiron Guys.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Good one.
All right. Biggest question surrounding each team. We'll go real quick here. Bills?
Joe Brady.
I agree. I agree with that, yeah.
Anybody not named Josh Allen?
I think that's fair.
That is fair.
Yeah. Did the defense actually improve?
I don't know.
Probably not.
That's my question.
I think we're overlooking this defense. They were the best team in the NFL in terms of yardage given up last year.
I think you're looking at the playoffs, and there was some ugly games.
They had some ugly games down the stretch too, though.
But I think Ed Oliver missed time towards the end of the year.
And do the Bills typically stay healthy on defense?
People get injured, Anthony. I don't know what you're implying.
They're like the 49ers on defense. Like, they just can't keep anybody healthy. All right. New England. Biggest question.
You know what I am?
Can A.J. Brown get along with Drake May?
Man, he took the words right out of my mouth. Like that was. I don't know that song.
It's Meatloaf.
Okay. Meatloaf.
You made that up.
By the way, I said Bills. When it comes to yards, that's passing yards.
So they got shredded on the ground.
Anthony?
Next time, be more careful, Marshy.
So they got shredded on the ground, and therefore teams knew they could do whatever they wanted to them on the ground, and the Bills would just take it.
Yeah, they're the fifth worst team when it came to keeping guys from running the ball past them.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense. Okay.
They're terrible, man.
Yeah. Patriots.
The schedule, of course.
Schedule.
I'm with Jamie. AJ Brown and Drake May, because what we've seen, like superstar receivers, man, they always open, brother. And if you don't throw it to them, that's a problem.
Good luck. I'm with Marsh. I think the schedule winds up being like how good were they last year, and how much did the schedule mask some of maybe their weaknesses? Jamie doesn't want to hear it, but we do.
You don't
Dolphins.
play the teams on your schedule, Anthony.
Dolphins.
Malik Willis. What are they doing? What's going on here?
There's nothing. There's nothing to be excited about Miami.
Will they have the number 1 overall pick?
There you go. I say no.
My question is will Devon Achane be the top 5 running back this year in fantasy football, given how much workload he's going to have?
Especially through
top
the air.
3, maybe.
Maybe. All right, and the New York Football Jets.
I'm intrigued to see Geno Smith. Like you talked about the pass catchers that they do have. Geno Smith actually played really well a few years ago.
2 years ago.
I said a few years ago. Damn it, man. Let me finish. When his party kept getting sacked in Las Vegas, damn guys ain't blocking. How am I throw the ball when I'm on my back, fellas?
It's a good point.
I mean,
yeah,
he had a good year a couple of years ago. You get that version of Geno, keep him in the pocket, keep him clean. They do have some pass catchers, and they got a really good running back.
They do.
So, yeah.
Jamie, New York Football Jets.
I go with Carey on this one. I don't know of anything very interesting there.
Marshy, New York Football Jets.
I'm going to be completely honest. I really don't care about him.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
Does Aaron Glenn get fired at the end of the year?
No.
Is JJ Wetherholt having a more impressive season than Jordan Walker? That's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. The Cardinals off today. They'll take on the Cubs tomorrow at Wrigley Field. First pitch is at 1:20. Matthew Liberatore on the mound. He'll face off against Clay Holmes. Once again, 1:20 tomorrow, Cardinals, Cubs. If you have missed anything from today's show, including our interview with Voice of the Blues, Chris Kerber, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page and you'll find all of our shows and all of our interviews there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. I'm Andrew Marsh, and this Sports Center update is brought to you by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
So ESPN did a 2026 in-season update ranking baseball's top 50 players. You two are going to be shocked, you two being Marsh and Carey. You guys are going to be absolutely shocked, dismayed, and furious at who's number two on this list.
Who is it?
Who do you think it is?
PCA?
Yeah.
Shameful.
Who's number one, Anthony?
Probably Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez, number one.
So the AL MVP and the NL MVP. That makes sense. It tracks.
I lied right to your face. Of course it's Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani's number one. Pete Armstrong's number two. Yordan number three.
Shameful of you.
Now, Jamie.
Shameful of you.
Isn't it weird?
That was great.
Isn't it weird?
Shameful, man. Shameful
that
of
Shohei
you.
would be one?
That's... Wow.
Over God's gift to baseball?
But he doesn't.
Pete Armstrong?
He's not pitching anymore.
I know.
So how can that be?
Them guys must have did this before he stopped pitching.
This ranking is a farce.
Wow. Gotta be.
An absolute farce.
What month did this come out? What's
today?
The day? You don't know.
Literally today.
Yeah, today.
I do know.
Good guess.
Yeah, 7 a.m.
It wasn't a guess.
Do you guys, before we get into like the Cardinals aspect of it, do you guys have
That's just one guy's opinion, by the way.
issues?
Exactly.
You guys paid to do it, though, Marshy.
They didn't ask my opinion.
You guys got problems on this?
Oh, with this top 50?
Just the first. Let's just start with the first two.
Is Yordan Alvarez? And I got a damn problem with it. Is Yordan Alvarez having a better year than Shohei? Just asking for myself.
Well, how many innings has he pitched?
Because if they're both DHs, then
if they're both DHs,
yeah, they're both DHs, and Yordan has better offensive numbers. But Shohei also, I don't know, pitches.
He ain't pitching now, man.
Pitches like an ace. I don't know, just something to think about.
Whatever, dude.
Okay. Okay. All right, so the Cardinals on this list, and there's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Bunch of them?
2 to be exact.
There's more than probably last year.
Yeah.
It's more than I thought they would have.
So Jordan Walker, who's having an outstanding season, as we know, is 45th on this list. 45th out of 50 of the best players in baseball. Now, that's pitchers. That's hitters.
Or players that do both.
Players that do both. There's only one of those. Apparently, that's not a big deal.
You guys are sick, man.
Jordan Walker, 45th.
Okay.
JJ Wetherholt, 32nd.
Wow.
So JJ Wetherholt is number 32 on this list. Jordan Walker is 45.
Is this because they're going off WAR?
What is it good for?
F4.
Is JJ Wetherholt having a better season than Jordan Walker?
Oh. Well, he's a rookie, for one thing. I don't know if they take that into account, that he's basically kicked the front door open and just come onto the scene. And he's played like he's been here for 10 years.
Right.
I don't know what all the underlying numbers are or the WAR for each guy. I know that.
Do you want them?
Yeah, please.
So Jordan Walker, 2.6 WAR. JJ Wetherholt has a. Marsh, you have it in front of you?
It's over 4.
Yeah.
4.2.
4.2. Thank you.
So then that would tell me that he's having a better year than Jordan Walker.
At least by that metric.
By that metric.
Mm-hmm.
Does it feel like it, though?
What about WRC plus? Because, well, that would be offensive numbers, right?
That would be
And I think Jordan
total offense, basically a total offensive profile. Jordan Walker, his WRC plus is a 129, so 29 percentage points higher than average.
Yeah.
JJ Wetherholt is 109.
Okay.
That feels low.
It is. It does feel low. So then they're all encompassing on this now. They're certainly bringing the defensive side into this.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Jordan Walker's been terrible in the field. I mean,
No,
he's been incredible.
So the metrics actually don't like Jordan Walker's defensive profile here.
Wow.
Weird.
He's a minus 9.5 defense.
That's weird.
For Fangraphs. So the fielding and positional adjustment combined above average, minus 9.5. JJ Wetherholt is 16.3.
Oh.
Defensive player.
Big difference.
How do they get that?
Yeah, how'd they get there?
It's a bunch of witchcraft.
That kind of a number, I'd expect Jordan Walker to be like his first year again.
Yeah.
Let's take a timeout real quick, because what I've been watching timeout on
From the game.
or from the game, yeah, whatever. We're taking the timeout. Anyways, from the eye test, whatever baloney that you just spat out there.
Wow.
Whoa, I'm just reading off.
No, I know. You're the
Say it
messenger.
again.
Whatever baloney, that baloney on the computer that you just read off.
Been doing that all segment.
What the?
Huh? Finish, Marcy. I'm apologizing.
Man, it doesn't feel like it from the eye test. I look at Jordan Walker in the field. Man, he made a great diving play the other day. I've seen him throw dudes out. I've seen guys not run when he grabs the ball in the outfield because they know he is going to throw them out.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him just develop into a really good right fielder. So those numbers feel like baloney to me. And I feel like that's why people can't get into those extra numbers when it comes to Major League Baseball.
Say it the right way. The nerdy numbers.
The nerdy numbers.
Yeah, we can't get into those.
Well, unfortunately,
Marcy, why'd you just do a nerdy black guy?
There's a nerdy black guys and white guys sound the same, man.
They do. Well, Marsh,
we're all nerds.
Major League Baseball and stats don't care about your feelings.
They don't.
Okay?
They don't.
You feel like it.
I can feel I want.
You feel that Jordan Walker's having a good defensive year.
I think he is.
You feel as though you've seen a lot of plays that he's made.
Actually, I think
do
he's
too. Actually,
I don't.
Honestly, I mean, this number seems absolutely ridiculous to me. Jordan Walker's had a great defensive year.
They probably saw him bobble a ball the other day, and we're like, we gotta duck them 20 points.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what witchcraft they use to do their defensive ratings at Fangraphs.
Paul Skeens is 33rd on this list. You agree with that?
Nah, that guy sucks.
He should be lower.
There's a lot of people talking about him right now.
Yeah, there's
his velo's dipped.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of exciting.
Why?
Because he's a pirate.
Okay.
Magic Beans texted in.
I'm not going to root for a pirate.
But you'll root for a Dodger.
No.
Makes sense.
I don't want to.
Jack Sparrow.
But between a Dodger and a Cub, I guess I'll take the Dodger.
I was rooting for Jack Sparrow and his adventures. At times, of course.
He was never an Avenger. Come on,
his
man.
adventures.
I know you've seen all the movies.
Avengers too. I thought he said Avengers too.
March, you've seen all the Avenger movies. You know Jack Sparrow doesn't pop up. I was trying to think in my head. I'm like, what Avenger movie was he in? I'm like, I know I'm not a big fan, but I know if he was in one of these.
Oh, man.
They're owned by the same company.
Could you imagine? Jack Sparrow just pops up
as an Avenger.
Hey guys, I can help.
Hey Thor, I got you.
What the hell is he gonna do? Anyways, Marsh, did you have a question or statement?
I don't remember. Oh yeah, Magic Beans from the text line. Magic Beans. Burley is having a better season than both of them.
They don't like Burley. This is why the metrics don't matter. You know what I mean?
Who doesn't like Burley?
The number guys.
These guys on MLB.com.
Yeah. This guy.
He's a negative 11 defensive rating.
You see that guy make that double play the other day? Come on, man.
Sorry.
I don't know what they're basing it off of.
Maybe we just don't know how to watch baseball.
I don't think we do.
That's what I've been trying to say, man.
He's a 130, by the way.
We talk about
WRC
war.
Plus.
Oh, wow.
He's a 2.4 war.
No, we talk about his war.
Mm-hmm.
Like
so technically, according to the war, Alec Burleson's had a slightly better year than Jordan Walker. Basically, Fangraphs is telling you that Jordan Walker is just he's just not good.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
I disagree.
Big hopes for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
45. That seems low.
For Walker?
Yeah.
I don't think it's low. I think it's
There's a lot of good baseball players,
respectable.
Andrew.
Yeah, and he's one of them.
You would have him ahead of Luis Ariz.
You mean the guy
that put him at 37?
Luis Ariz, the guy who just sprays the ball all over the field?
Yep.
He's a good hitter.
Aaron Judge is 42. How many games has he played? Seriously, how many games has Aaron Judge played this season?
Probably 60.
You think he's played that much? Let's see.
Way.
Oh, man, you were almost spot on. 59.
Yeah. He's been out for about 60 games.
It has felt like he's been out all
for 2
season.
months, at least.
Yeah.
Jordan Walker is tied for fourth with Burley, 84 ribbies on the year. Major League Baseball. You're telling me that guy's 45th?
No, I'm not. I'm certainly not.
Do these numbers not matter anymore? Do runs batted in not matter anymore?
That's what I told you, the nerdy number guys.
User in the snake pit goes, imagine the plan he would have had to beat Thanos.
Jack Sparrow?
Yeah.
I could have jived it. I could have jived it.
Is he the first to go or Hawkeye?
Jack Sparrow?
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow's
not dying.
He's
Are you
not
kidding me?
He's gonna find a way.
That Kraken ate him, and he came back to life.
That's true. He has seen some trials and tribulations. So, all right, we'll wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN. you miss anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101 ESPN mobile app, which is powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. Well, the podcast brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Time to find out who left us some criticisms and compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right. From Curb Stomp, today's show as a whole, the Barbs.
Oh, yeah.
Has been a jar of dirt banger. What I learned today is that Jamie is going to manage the Dodgers in the playoffs, and Ohtani is game one starter.
Let's go.
Hashtag shout out to the Snake Pits.
Thank you, Curb Stomp.
He's going to get smoked, too, because he ain't pitched in months.
Okay. You don't believe that.
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
We're going to text from 314 FYI. Best sporting event on TV tonight with no Cardinals is the National Bank Open in Toronto on the Tennis Channel. 2 Americans playing for the title tonight. Ben Shelton versus Brandon Nakashima. Enjoy.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
If Jamie wasn't here and we were doing Bet the Board, he would probably pick that.
Yeah.
Loves that tennis.
Whatever.
314 says those rankings, the ones that we just talked about, are useless.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't disagree, man. Or one man.
Either way.
Yep.
636, I can see why Anthony is supporting the Dodgers. He's angling to be hired in L.A. as a sports talk guy out there.
No.
Working towards it?
Nope.
Dodgers fan in your heart?
No, sir.
Okay. You wore the blue glasses yesterday. You're coming around.
Well,
You like
I had to.
champions? You like to see champs?
I had to wear the blue glasses yesterday
Why?
because Jamie forced me to.
Yeah.
Jamie started to say some things that I needed to react to, and the blue glasses the only way I would do it. So I did.
Looking at the Snake Pit, we got this message when we hit break. Jack Sparrow, this is from user, a bunch of numbers and letters. Jack Sparrow will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Nice. Kind of want to see it now. I'll be honest.
Be interesting. You don't think he'd be out of place? Like, why is he here?
Yeah, no, he would, but...
And what do you do?
It's a lot of things. From a scheming standpoint, he could do a lot. Never know, though, if he would join the other side, though.
Oh, he would totally join Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Stay alive?
That would be tough.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
To win.
Mm-hmm.
You actually want guys like that on your team.
Yeah, but guys that stay on your team and not jump. Yeah.
He's going to do whatever it takes to win, for him to win.
Right. Not necessarily for your team.
For him.
Just for him.
618 says, great show, fellas. I'll keep listening until you solve this PCA versus Ohtani issue.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, let's hear some
already.
3 stars.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day, presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book, now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
All right, our 3rd star of the day goes out to keeping your teammates accountable in creative ways. So if you throw a ball over to first base and goes haywire,
it's your fault.
Yeah. And you need to be punished for that.
Mm-hmm. Severely.
Yeah, playing for you guys.
We didn't sign you.
Damn.
Wow. That was...
Because I didn't want to be signed.
You don't want us, Anthony? We don't want him. Okay?
Well, that was good. That cut deep.
He cut deep first.
No, I know. I'm with you. I am. I'm with you. But that was just hard to watch.
Whatever, dudes.
Our 2nd star of the day, I'm going to give it to Curbs and his sports dump today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Curbs with
he was
2
cooking
weeks,
earlier.
2 weeks of dumps in a row.
Yeah, true. Much different styles of dumps.
Different stories of dumps.
Yeah.
I must have missed the last one.
Oh, you did.
Oh, you did.
You did, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Curbs opened up to all of us.
Ah, wow. Good talk.
About his life, his trials, his tribulations, his issues maybe after some surgeries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Some things.
Marsh?
First star goes to Jack Sparrow, of course.
Captain
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
My bad.
Yeah. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain.
Have heard of me.
But you have heard of me. All right. Well, we appreciate everybody being tuned in. Tomorrow, we got Friday. Not a Freedom Friday, but a Friday nonetheless. A Cardinals-Cubs Friday. Those dirtbag Cubs playing in the afternoon. It's a night game.
1:20 first pitch on Apple TV.
Come on now. All right.
Oh, that's some crap.
So you got Liberatore versus Clay Holmes in the opener. Saturday, you got Michael McGreevy versus Matthew Boyd. And then on Sunday, somehow it's not the ESPN Sunday night game, you got Hunter Dobbins versus Shota Imanyaga. So no Kyle Leahy. Our number one isn't going. Cubs should feel fortunate.
They should.
Well, no Matthew Liberatore either.
What's that?
What? Just keep going.
No, I didn't hear it. I want to know what he said.
You don't want to know.
No Matthew Liberatore either.
No, we get him tomorrow.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, you got Liberatore tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
only for a little while.
It depends when the blow-up inning is. For Andrew Marsh, for Carey Davis, for JJ Rivers, I'm Anthony Stalter. See ya.